scarring
Gosh,
on
what
that
is
skin.
that?
That's the forehead. That's this. Don't use this. Don't use this rubbish. Kids, listen to me as someone who knows. Don't put this crap on your head. It's scar. Look at that. I look like George Hamilton the fourth or third.
I think you caught the sun a bit today as well.
I will catch the sun in your eyes as we make love in the midnight skies.
How's that going to work?
Whoa, everywhere in the world, raise your hands to a boy and a girl. It's the love of the year for me, and I want all the children to see.
And that gives you a vague idea of where we're going
We're
today.
so tired. We're so tired. We went to one of those, it's like an inflatable
So
in a
like
lake.
Bouncy castles.
A lakeable. We
Wet.
went to one of those. Anna Life says, I'm a forehead addict too now. You can't blame me for your weakness. Addiction is a weakness. And you're weak. You can't blame me for it. You cannot blame me for it. What's going on?
Well, I think I've caught a chill from the old dip in the lake.
We went to a lake. We took our kids to a lake where there was a big inflatable, and it was an hour of intense physical. Oh, I forgot to. Right, look away. Look. All right, Catherine, you look here. I forgot to. I can't do it. I forgot to hide Brosnan.
Oh.
Hide Brosnan. I meant to hide him. I was doing some stuff. I meant to hide Brosnan. There he is. And
Hi. Oh, it's me again.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on. I meant to hide him, and I completely forgot. Right. So everyone, look away. Everyone watching, look away.
Close
right.
your eyes.
So here's Brosnan. Right. I'm going to hide him somewhere. I'm going to hide him tiny. Okay. So everybody, including you, Catherine, I would like you to look away, and tomorrow I will do this properly. So is everyone looking away?
Everybody's looking away.
Okay, I'm gonna
Apart from the cheats.
I'm gonna make Brosnan tiny. And where is Brosnan gonna go? Oh, hang on, don't look. Okie dokie, everybody can look now. Everybody can look now. You can look now, Catherine.
I was just enjoying having my eyes closed.
Where is Tiny Brosnan? Where is he?
I can see him.
Where is he? Catherine has spotted him. Danny has found him. TJ Cloud has got him. Annie says above Catherine's head. Let's find out. Are you right? Where are you? Are you right? There he is. Okay, that was an easy one. Everyone look away. Everyone look away. Shrink, 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 shrink. Everybody look away. I'm just going to move Brosnan around. Everybody have a look. Oh, okay. And find Brosnan. Everybody find Brosnan.
Tricky. Tricky.
Steph says that she or he has found him. The Smiths has found him. Benji Clay has found him. Ming says, in my mug. Okay.
He's not hiding on my blouse, is he?
Where is... Call for him. Call for him.
Ya ding dong.
Quiet bloke can't find him. He's not on my bottom. Spot the Brosnan. Mike says he has it. Mike 29101977 has him. It's a toughie.
Some real eagle eyes.
Are you ready? Shall I tell you?
Tell me.
He's not actually on the screen. I took him off the screen. But he would be there if you wanted it. Now,
I feel
he's in your eyes. Hang on.
let down.
Here's what we can do. Here's a game. Chris Seavey, the wonderful Chris Seavey. Welcome to the Late Night Alternative, by the way. It's the only phone-in show on Twitch.
For a bloody good reason.
The wonderful Chris Seavey, who was that character there, Frank Sidebottom, amongst other things, right? He wasn't great with money, and his wife sent him to the electricity board with like £100 or something to pay the electricity bill. So you have to go to the electricity board and pay the bill. And he came back about 3 hours later and she said, "Did you pay the bill?" He said, "No, but I've bought a ZX Spectrum and it's going to make us rich, right? And he wrote video games, right? One of the games he wrote, and this is for the ZX81, I think, actually. One of the games he wrote was a thing called Amoeba Frank.
Right.
And what it was, the screen was blank. And you and all of your friends had to point to a bit of the screen, right? And then when you all pointing where you thought the amoeba was, you hit the space key, and wherever a little dot appeared, whoever was the closest won. So, dear viewer at home, would you like to play Amoeba Bond with me? So I'm going to make Bond disappear, right? And then I'm going to hide him somewhere on the screen invisibly. You all have to point to the screen. And if you could then send your pictures via Twitter using the hashtag TLNA or to the email address.
So we're going to get pictures of fingers.
But then when I make Bond appear, if their finger is closest, then we're in.
How do we know they've not just waited?
Because I trust these guys.
You shouldn't.
Why would people lie on the internet? Are you nuts? Are you nuts? I trust you guys.
Not one of these people, not one of them is using their real name.
Victor the First. It's like Spot the Ball, Richard. Shall we? So, I'm going to make Bond disappear. Catherine, you look away. Everybody has to look away, right? I'm going to move Bond. And this time he will be on the screen somewhere, but he's going to be tiny.
You promise?
I promise.
Can't be let down again with Brosnan.
Everyone move. Look away. Look away. Look away. Look. Oh no! Hang on. I ballsed it up. Sorry, I made him go. I made him go big. Hang on. He's gonna go there. Hang on. Okay. So everyone look away.
Yeah.
Look away. Okay. Everybody look back at the screen. Now, you have got 15 seconds to point to the screen, and then I'm going to reveal James Bond, Amoeba Bond. You can point, okay? And what I want is if you think, and please don't mess around a lot, otherwise this whole opening 10 minutes is meaningless.
You're cheating yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So what I want you to do is get your phones ready if you can, or a camera. And when I reveal Bond, I want you to take a picture of your finger, where it's pointing, and where Bond ended up. Yeah. And then tweet them using the hashtag TLNA. Okay? Can we do that?
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun.
So we've got 15 seconds. Your time starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
No.
11. I'll take a picture. 12, 13,
There.
14. No, are you doing it that way? Okay, you're being a knob. Right, okay. 15, your time is up. I'm going to take a picture of where Catherine is pointing. I suppose I could do a screen grab. And I'm going to reveal Bond now. There is Bond.
Oh,
there is Bond. There is Bond. Can you see Bond? How close? He's my buttonhole. How close were you to Amoeba Bond? Take your pictures. Give you a minute to take your pictures, guys. Tweet them. Wellington was nowhere near. Coin Gary was miles out.
Andrew J. Official says, my finger is in my bum. You want that picture?
Yes, I do. Actually, I do. So I can send it to your mother when I'm next making love to her. If you got your picture, okay, then what we're going to do, got your pictures, we're just going to, we're just going to rest him up there.
Yeah, pop him back there, otherwise we'll never find him again.
There we go. He's just resting up there on the shelf.
Oh, look.
Watching over all of us. I have caught the sun today.
You have.
Didn't put any sun cream on.
I did. I put my SPF on, because I'm clever.
Okay, well, I didn't. I didn't do that. This is the Late Night Alternative. It's the only phone-in show on Twitch. I'm Iain Lee.
I'm Katherine Boyle.
You can call from anywhere, 0203 286 6370, or you can Skype from anywhere in the world at TLNA. Really, really simple. We're trying to, we're trying to not swear. If the odd one slips out, that's absolutely absolutely fine, but we're doing our best not to. And don't forget, 48 hours after this show has aired on Twitch, you can still watch it on Twitch, or you can go to youtube.com/Iain Lee and watch it there. We're also putting highlights and bits and pieces up there. And also 48 hours after it's aired, a best of podcast is released. If you go to Acast or iTunes or Spotify, look for the Late Night Alternative, and we will pop up. No guest tonight, guys. No guest tonight, so it is entirely. What do we do in the call-in show? This is it, right? Explain to them our concept of a call-in show, because there are a lot of new people that won't get it.
Okay, so instead of, let's just think about some of the things I've heard today. Oh, kids going to school, should they wear masks? Call me now. Or, what other one? Anti-Semitism.
Oh.
Do they have a point? Yes, we actually heard that one. Call me now. We don't do any of that stuff. This is the alternative, okay? So, really, you've got the details running along the bottom of our screen now of how to get in touch with us. Just give us a shout. If there's
Everyone's taking pictures. This is brilliant. Thank you, Hilly and Pajama Speed and Dan and
right at the end
Richard.
of my nose on one of them there.
And suddenly Twitter is full of people just pointing.
A lot of them going for my nostrils.
Well done, David and Gatford and Linny and Dean and Rob and Lino. Well done, everybody.
This is a fun game. We should play it again.
This is a great game. We should. But as I tell you what, the more the viewers drop, the more we'll play it. So we'll be playing it a lot. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, so you can ring up about whatever you want. We'll probably have a gab at some point. And there may be something that arises from that you feel like talking about. But whatever's on your mind, everyone's stuck in. There's probably stuff going around in your mind at the moment that hasn't occurred to anybody else on the planet.
Yeah.
Or maybe it has, and you just want to get it out there. Don't worry about it. No call is too daft.
Nope.
No call is
Anything
too
goes.
serious. That's the other thing as well, because we get people ringing up sometimes saying, "Oh, I don't want to bring the, vibe down." It's our job to maintain the vibe. You bring us what you've got, and we'll deal with it. We've been doing this for quite a long time.
You will have noticed in that Katie Puckrick interview, if you watched it live, and if you watched it in that kind of little bit that we showed there, that I mentioned that her internet was as bad as when she interviewed Adaman on The Word via satellite link-up. Now, the reason I was aware of this is because Pete, who's one of the mods here, What's on the Tapes, had dug up an old episode of The Word, and I'd seen this episode quite recently. And he's just this second sent it to me. So let's go and have a little look. Let me make us visible. There we go.
Keith Allen.
Keith Allen. I once did a live show with Keith. I'm terrified. I've met him a couple of times, and he terrifies me.
I think that was kind of the plan back in the day, wasn't it?
Let's get rid of that. That says this is a recording, because it is not a recording. This is live. I bet he's a lot nicer now. I did a live TV show, which I've got. I don't know if I've got that episode actually, called. What's it called? Flipside. Flipside. Is that what it was called?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Flipside. I think it was called Flipside. And basically, it was Gogglebox, but in real time. And it was an idea that Richard Bacon came up with, and I hosted it sometimes. Justin Lee Collins hosted it sometimes. Can't remember who else hosted it. Basically, the host, and then there were 3 or 4 people watching. I'll have to dig out a VHS of it. We'll find a clip of it, and I think we might be watching some clips tonight. Is that all right?
Listen, I'm up for that.
Good.
If I go too quiet at any point and my eyes are closed, it's not a long blink. I am shattered.
And so there were 3 people watching satellite TV, and I'd go, "All right, Kath, what have you got?" And you go, "Well, I'm on the Food Channel, Channel 262." And
I remember seeing that.
And I did one with Keith Allen, and he got a little bit racist and quite obnoxious. And I had him sit furthest away from me because he terrified me.
Yeah.
And afterwards, he said, "I'm sorry if I went a bit overboard. I've been smoking crystal meth all afternoon." Wow. I mean, I couldn't complain. I was a full-blown drug addict at the time. But so this is the satellite link-up with.
Katie's in a room full of people dressed up as
Watch this satellite link-up from Katie Puckrick and Adaman.
Warriors. It's the ones who are dressed as 17th century dandies I feel sorry for. Katie.
Oh, to talk to Adam. Oh, Adam. You're on. Am I on?
Oh, I love her.
It's just great, isn't it? It's just great. She looks younger now.
Yeah.
than she does there. I think that's quite common with men and women, I suppose, really. When you're younger, you want to look older, don't you?
But
That's
the thing
that's
is
a big thing.
with Katie, it's not tricks with her.
No.
You know, I know her really well. You see her in daylight, she's not got any makeup on. She's flawless. She's an incredible looking woman.
Look at this gentleman's... It's not quite a widow's... Because a widow's peak would be more pointed. But there's some
pronounced.
stuff
That is a lot of hair.
going on there, isn't there? There's a lot. Oh, look, he's done the kind of like the Adam Ant thing. Here we go.
Adam!
This is awkward. Satellite link-ups back in the day were awkward.
Good Lord. Am I on?
Yeah.
Hey, this is crazy live television. Is this really on? Is this really here? Well, you know what? I'm just really out of my nut here because we are having a swashbuckling, timber-shivering time here with a bunch of ant people who are here in London for an Adam and the Ant convention. And I just want to talk to some of the devotees. We've got Karen over here. Now, you put an Adam and the Ant tattoo on your shoulder last year, so you must think that he's kind of a happening thing now.
Oh, he's brilliant. Excellent. Best things ever happened.
No complaints whatsoever.
They don't show us the tattoo.
You, Alice, you're 18 years old. You must have been about 2 molecules big when you first got into him.
7 years old.
7 years old. And what was it that attracted you to Adam?
Just so original and just amazing.
Let's cut
Great.
to...
And Uma,
Let's cut to Adam.
are you there?
Yeah.
You are there. Now, what do you think about all these people who have gathered together
This is
in your
awkward, look.
honor, dolled up? Do you think it's a wholesome pursuit?
Doesn't he look like Preston from The Ordinary Boys?
Yeah, he's beautiful. I've met Adam a couple of times.
He is.
I introduced him on stage once. He was a bit... Yeah, I was going to say he was a bit rude. He was when he came into the studio to be interviewed. It was weird. This was at Absolute, so it would have been 10 years ago, and he was being offered around, and no one wanted him. No one wanted Adam Ant because he was interested in Adam Ant, and I wasn't a big fan, but my sister had been, and I said, "I'll have Adam Ant," and he was very peculiar. Very nervous. We kind of had to play the star game with a little bit here. He wouldn't come into the building until Eloise, my producer, went up and greeted him. And he came in and he phoned up my sister and left a message for her on her answer phone because she wasn't. It was a late night show. She wasn't listening. So she wakes up the next day. She may still have the message, Joe. I don't know if you're here. If you've got the message, wow. And it was him going, "All right, Joe, it's Adam Ant. I used to be a bit of a fan of mine back in the day. Well, I hope everything's all right for you and you're happy and stuff. All right, take care, love. Bye." It was that. And I got a phone call from her in tears. But I tell you, you will never guess. You will never guess in a million years who, unless I've told you, who he arrived at the interview with. This person had recently, 6 months, a year prior, been involved in a big scandal, and she kept saying in the break, "If you want to ask me about the big scandal, you can do." I'm thinking, I'm not interested.
No, I don't know.
Andrew Sachs's granddaughter,
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
who, of course, was the one of the victims of Russell Brand's and Jonathan Ross's bragging and, that horrible phone call. But she was there and wanted me to talk about that. And I was thinking, I want to talk to Adam Ant. I'm not really. Oh, look. Oh, no. Oh, is Joe there? No, she doesn't have it, but she's still got the signed book and T-shirt. That was pretty amazing, wasn't it? Of all the things, getting and he was because he obviously he's bipolar and he has he's not been very well, and this was maybe a few years after he'd been in hospital for his mental illness because there was the whole incident, I think, with a gun and stuff. And he was obviously a very fragile, sensitive gentleman, but I loved him. I thought he was great. And I think he came on the show twice, and then he asked me to introduce him on stage at the Garage in London, and I did, and he was a bit rude to me at that. But I kind of accepted it because I know I wasn't the focus of his attention then, and it was, he's not very well, and it's Adam bloody Ant. It's Adam Ant.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow,
here's the bad satellite link up. So she's just asked him a question.
I mean, it's an ambitious thing to do, right?
Yeah.
So she's on a boat full of Adam Ant fans.
Yeah.
He's not there.
Yeah.
She's looking at him on the portable that they brought in from Mum's kitchen.
Yeah.
And they're surprised that it's a bit clunky. Okay, let's go for it.
I'm very flattered, What can you say?
Some of these
it feels great,
some of these people, Adam, have come from as far as Denmark to see you. I mean, are you surprised that there's still this much positive attention for what you have to offer?
Yeah, I mean, seems to have cut off. So no, it's great if people are still listening, and I'm in the middle of a tour at the moment of the States. I'm playing New York tonight. The shows are selling out, and you can't ask for more than that, you know.
But
So I'll be playing in England later on this year.
all the kids... Everybody got very, very excited by that. And Adam, some of the people here have a few questions for you, so listen carefully, and they're going to put them to you. What's your question for Adam?
I'd like to know what advice you'd give to young bands who may be looking for management from Malcolm McLaren.
Say that.
Isn't he beautiful?
Yeah.
And you see the hair just starting to go there a bit, but look at those eyes and the lips. You can see why people fell for him.
What advice would you give to young bands who may be looking for management from Malcolm McLaren?
Am I looking for management from Malcolm McLaren?
What advice would you give to young bands who are looking for that?
What advice would you give to young bands who might be involved with Malcolm
Advice to my fans looking for management? Is that right? I can hardly hear.
Adam,
Try and find someone that knows what they're doing.
and
Ben.
presumably...
Don't sign anything.
Okay, what about you? What question do you have?
Okay, if Adam went back in time to any part of his life, what would he go back to and why?
I couldn't hear that.
If you could go
Can you
back
repeat
to...
that? I really can't hear.
Okay, Adam, if you went back in time to any part of your life, what would you go to and why?
Oh, listen, we're having a few problems with sound then with old Adam. Yeah, were you an Adam and the Ants fan? Because you were into punk and all that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was into punk, but I was never into Adam or the Ants, so I have to...
Yeah, but Adam and the Ants were quite a hardcore punk band, weren't they, at one time?
Oh, yeah.
No, they were in the really early... In the early on days, they were, before Kings of the Wild Frontier.
I was a one-on-oneers fan myself, you know.
But do you know who that woman is?
Show me.
Show me. It's not Poi. Oh, yeah. It's not Poi. No, it's this woman.
Your life.
Here.
What?
I recognise her.
Anyone recognise that woman there? It's not Keith Ellen.
I do recognise her. Who is that?
It's Halle Berry.
Shut up.
It's Halle Berry, isn't it? Halle Berry as a kid. I mean, I think I can't remember. It's 22, 23, something like that. Halle Berry. Isn't it? What a weird, wonderful... This is why TV is crap now, because, before she was a huge star, right? She was on the up. But what a lineup. What a lineup. And I love Terry Christian. I know he's a Mardy so-and-so. No, because he's a Mardy so-and-so, I love him. Absolutely love it. He doesn't give a
It's not like he's changed, is it?
No.
This is the point.
We had him on the 11 o'clock show, actually, and he was a little bit troublesome. I don't really remember it, but I think he was a little bit tricksy. But great, good. Be tricksy in an environment like that. That's what we want. It's exactly what we want, guys. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. We had a phone call and a voice message. Let's see what they had to say. Hang on, here we go. Well, they didn't have anything to say, so why don't we give them
Maybe
a call?
it's someone asking a question for Adam and the Ants.
Could be. There we go. Let's turn this down a little bit.
If that was you, we're ringing you back.
Hello?
Hello, you. We missed your call. What did you want to say?
Oh, I just wanted to say, that it's a brilliant show, and I'm so upset that you're not on the radio anymore.
Oh, we're not.
Well, I'm glad I'm not on that radio station. Well, I don't know if I can say that. I miss the radio because I'm an old man and I feel.
Yes.
What do you mean? Yes.
No, I've just come out of prison, and I'm not being funny, right? You kept me sane for the whole time I was in there 4 years.
What are you in there for? If you don't mind me asking.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
But all I'm going to say right here is I'm a transgender. I went through transitioning in there.
Oh, blimey.
And your show kept me. You were so funny.
How long you been out?
About a week.
Oh man, what a time to be released.
Early door, out from one prison into another prison that is lockdown. How are you finding it?
superb. And just to let you know, right, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here now because of all the hard work you've done with mental health and all that.
Hey, nice one. What name do you go by, stranger?
Sophie.
Sophie, I'm going to add you in. Sophie. So next time you call, we can just go, hello, Sophie.
There we go.
Weird kid. No, I love it. I'm so glad that I've contacted you. Yeah. If you ever want to just call me up, just do it.
That's not going to happen. Are you going to be good from now on, Sophie?
Excellent. Yes, I am.
No more naughtiness.
No more naughtiness. This is why I'm out, because I've been given the chance, and in December, I come off licence anyway.
Okay, good. I don't want to read that you being naughty, Sophie, but you know what? I got the vibe from you. You've learned your lesson.
I've learnt my lesson, trust me on that.
Good.
But thank you so much for your radio show, because you got me through it from 10 till 1, and I was laughing so much.
Ah, good.
Nice one. Thank you, Sophie. Always happy to help.
And thank you to yourself as well.
Cheers. Bye-bye. There we go. Very big with the prisoners. Very big with the prisoners. I love it. Was Terry Christian the guy who wished that there was going to be a virulent strain this year? No, wasn't. So you got that wrong. Have you had much on Celeb VM? Yes, I've had one. I've had one Celeb VM.
Yeah.
I'm on Celeb VM. You can pay me to do like hellos and stuff. Oh, well, we're going out of focus. Don't move. Don't move. Move. Look at my face!
Oh, what happened? What magic is this?
I've turned into Twitchy the Tramp. What's good? Right. Whoa. This is not good.
What is happening?
Look at my face.
Yeah, but you're in...
I caught the sun and I got sunburnt, isn't it?
My nose was a little bit pink and I had SPF on. Hello, who's that? It's Daniel. Oh, reconnecting. Poor network connection. That's what we want.
Daniel.
That's because we played that clip. We've given ourselves the Uzu.
Daniel. Daniel.
Dan.
Hey. Hello?
Yeah.
Have you got me?
We have.
You have. I rang up because I'm 15, right? And I was wondering, well, I've been wondering for days now, but I just haven't had the courage to ring up, really.
Why do I think this is going to be a prank call, Daniel?
Oh, it's not. No. I'm 15 and I was wondering what you wanted to do when you were my age.
I wanted to be an actor.
An actor, right. Well, what about you, Kath?
I'm not sure I knew. I think I wanted to be an actor as well. But I kind of always knew that I'd end up in journalism. I think I knew journalism was where I was going. Where are you now at 15? Where's your head?
Well, at the moment, I'm writing news articles for an online station, so I'm doing that a bit, but I don't know. I suppose my dreams are a bit ambitious.
Well, someone's got to have them.
Yeah, that's true, but I think there's limits to what you can kind of dream about, I suppose.
Not yet. So what are you thinking? What's the big one? If you take away but it's probably not going to happen, and tell me what it is.
Oh, I've always wanted to be a radio presenter. That's why I'm listening to you, I suppose, or have listened to you.
It can happen. It can happen.
It can.
I'm proof of that. I'm proof of that because I went the kind of traditional route. I was the kid that wrote articles and stuff. And you put yourself in the way of opportunity, and it can happen. But that's the thing. The difficulty is at the moment that the easy route or the most obvious route for someone, a young person, where you get like an all-round education in radio, would have been your local BBC station. But unfortunately, the cutbacks at the moment mean that they are having trouble with those. But also, do you know what? It might be an opportunity for someone who doesn't cost anything. But that's the unfortunate thing. At what point do you need to make money?
Yeah, that's true. It is true, and I don't know. when do I need to make money? That's the kind of thing.
Well, at the moment, you're living with your parents, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Okay, so get in touch with your local BBC station and see if you can make yourself useful.
Yeah, Or just a local station, I suppose. We've
Yeah.
got a few local stations.
Yeah, do you know what? The local stations, I know it doesn't sound very glamorous or anything, but you get more opportunities there because they need all hands on deck.
Yeah.
So you go in there and make yourself useful, make yourself available. You can be there at the weekends, whenever they want. You can, you don't mind brewing up and all that sort of stuff. If you're the guy that's there, you're the guy that'll get the opportunity. I think it's still possibly the best way in.
And yeah, it's that, but I believe that radio, I don't know how long it's got left.
It's dead. Radio's dead. It's over.
It's always going to be good.
Finished.
It's always going to be a good experience, though. Because the thing is, right, there are a lot of kids at the moment. We have a lot of conversations with young people who say, I really want to get into radio, I want to be a presenter. And you say, well, okay, well, what have you done?
Yeah.
Nothing. If you can say, I've done this, I've done that, I've been there, I work weekends for however many months and I know this person, that's something more than the kid next to you.
Definitely, yeah. Well,
and
thank
also,
you.
if you hate it, it's not what you want to do, you can tick it off.
I suppose that's the side of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'll give it a try. I'd give it a try. I've been telling people not to bother because, they're cutting back, but actually, it might be prime time for someone who's trying to get in.
Yeah. I'll contact a few stations there.
Yeah. And when they say no, because some will say no, don't take it as no forever. Just say, okay, well, I'll give you a shout in a couple of months. Or, and always ask them what you could do to make yourself more useful to them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's
Thank
how you stand apart. Oh, and listen to their output so you know what they're doing. So when they say to you, if they do say to you, which ones do you like, you've got names and stuff. Because that's another bad thing, isn't it? When we've had people in before on work experience say, oh, we love the show. And then they come in and it's obvious they've never listened.
We had a couple of people came in and they're big fans of the show. And so we invited them in. And then like one of the most regular caller that called in every night called in. And they didn't know who it was. It was so awkward.
It's obviously bullshine from the start.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a listen. You can research them now. There's no excuse for not. You got to listen again and all that stuff. So you can have a look at who the main names are. So you've got a point of reference. That's how you stand apart, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good luck. Let us know how you get on.
It's dead. Radio's dead. Give it up. The radio industry is dead. Maybe in 20 years' time, something will revive. It's over. It's finished. Listen, I'm a multi-award winning radio presenter. I save people's lives. I wasn't that expensive either. I can't get a job. It's over, man. It's over. Radio's gone. It's dead. Go and make podcasts. Go and do Twitch. It's over. It's finished.
But here's the thing, right? Say he goes and does work experience. There's no job at the end of it, but he knows how to do things that he didn't know how to do before.
Learn it on YouTube. Learn it on YouTube. We saw a man today who'd learned how to do repair stained glass windows.
Yeah,
on
and
YouTube.
when he put it up against the light, it looked crap. There's a reason why people train to do stuff.
Oh man, I'm sunburnt. I think radio is dead. I hate radio. I don't listen to it. All I listen to is like maybe 15 minutes of James O'Brien, Alan Bezic. We have a little listen to Alan Bezic sometimes, after the show. Who else do I listen to on radio? Nobody, because it's absolute rubbish. It's over. It's finished. Radio broke my heart. Radio. I love radio, and it broke my heart. It cut open my chest and took a dump in there, and then sewed it back up. And now I've got festering feces where my lungs used to be. Radio did that to me. It's over. It's finished. It's gone. It's dead. I don't want any radios in this house. They're pieces of trash.
Oh.
Pieces of trash.
You're starting to sound like Carrie's mum. No more parties for you, Carrie.
Well, if I get covered if I get covered in a bucket of pig blood, that'd be better than working on the radio. I want the whole prom laughing at me covered in pig blood rather than go on the radio. It sucks. Radio is bums. And I ain't eating. Hate it.
It's tricky. It's a tricky business.
O'Brien doesn't need callers. He is the monologue king of boring. Why does he get so many callers then?
And how do you know unless you listen?
What if radio was a pig's vagina? Matty, you're lucky you're a mod, otherwise I'd time you out. If 5 Live came calling, no, because I did a gig on 5 Live. I did their overnight show, and they told me I was putting too much personality into it.
Well, that kind of put you off because you were leaning towards wanting to go that way.
That was the plan. Go and do a local radio, and then get into 5 Live, and then I did it. And I hated it.
Preferred local radio.
I preferred local radio. I was so miserable. It was awful. Look at the size of this comb that I bought. Yes, that's a huge comb, right?
No.
Is it not?
No.
I always get
Careful.
Why?
Because you've got a burnt head. You might take your forehead off with that. Look at that.
What do you mean, look at that? It's hot. I'm hot. I always get confused when I don't look at the reflection. There we go.
Oh my God.
You brushed the beard. What do you... You've never seen that before?
I've never brushed my beard, no.
Well, you should. It looks bloody awful. You've never seen that before. Of course you brush it. Look. And then look how much... Of course you brush it. Otherwise, it's this, right? You don't brush it, right? It's that, right? What a mess.
A blessed.
What a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few...
Got parting.
Simple... Of course I've got a part in. Of course you've got a part in. Otherwise you've got a Hitler.
Why are you so furious? I know why. Overtired. Overtired from scrambling about today.
Look at that beard. Hang on. No. Don't. No, we're not brushing past this. Look at that, man. A little trimmage there. It's fine. Look at that sunburn, though. I look like Adam Ant in negative.
Do you remember when we arrived at that thing today, though? Oh, we made a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
When we pulled up in the car park, so it's kind of on, like, off the beaten track, isn't it?
Yes.
Because,
Top secret location.
That's where they keep lakes.
Yep.
And so kind of drove all the way out there thinking, well, I'm assuming because we had to book, there are going to be minimal number of people.
I think there'd be
here.
20 people.
Yeah.
That's what me and my boys
Car
came up
park
with.
was pretty busy. I started to feel a little bit worried about it. Thank you, Satchmo76. Appreciate it.
Oh, we've got loads of subs and stuff. We'll go through in a second. Don't worry. Thank you.
Loads of people
Thank you
there.
for the raid, Zacubus.
So I found a...
Right. Then remind me, we'll talk about Black Mario in a bit.
Let's do it. When we arrived there were loads of cards there. We were a bit early, and I was trying not to show that I was a bit to the kids because they were excited about it.
Too many people.
Got closer to the inflatables. Loads of kids on there. Loads.
Sugar.
You all right?
I spilled water on my penis.
So then Iain arrives, and we both look at each other like, you actually said to me, are we part of the problem?
Yeah, I thought we were going to be like basically having a Corona orgy. But then as we got closer, what they'd done is they'd split this water park into, you had an hour, and you had a smaller group, and you had 15 minutes, and then your group moved, and it all kind of moved around. So it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I did look at it and think, nah, I don't know. But it was good. It was good fun, but it was knackering. We were in wetsuits, and let's just say, we went last year, and boy, oh boy, lockdown has changed my bendiness and my belly has changed a lot. But it was wicked, and our kids really get on, don't they?
It's odd.
And our youngest are almost the same person, and our oldest are the same person.
They're basically from the same factory, from the same batch, by the looks of them.
Let's do some of these. Andrea B, you've just gifted 5 subs. You are deliciously wonderful. Thank you so much. We just had Satchmo. We had the raid from Zacubus. Dijon CS, thank you for the sub. Kowalski Man Down. What's that from? That's from a film. Kowalski Man Down. What's that from? That's from something.
Is it like Full Metal Jacket or something?
Eve Florence, thank you for the bits. Katie, thank you for the bits. Cole9785, you brought great glory to the 9785 family. Oopskar, thank you for the sub. Happy Shrapnel, thank you for the £3 for a cheap coffee. All the hosts, thank you. Ono Pordum, thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Listen, this is new. This is week 2. I was disappointed because week 1, 4,500 viewers.
We're on the front page.
773 viewers now. But then I told my boys, and they went, that's still really good. So I'm a little bit more impressed. But there are lots of ways that you can support the show. One of them is if you want to advertise with us, and I think we might have a full house next week. You can buy it in like chunks of a week, or buy it in a month, or however you want to do it. But if you want your name and your company mentioned in this show, then get in touch with me, please, or us on the email that comes up on the screen, gelaw.co.uk. I have seen on Twitter that Richard Gregorian of Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors has helped two people that are watching this stream.
You know why? Because he has a unique psychological and legal approach. He sees the big picture. He doesn't pit people against their exes unnecessarily. He acts for as many mums as he does dads. He's just brilliant.
What the heck? That is outrageous behaviour. Big up the Gregorian.
Whoa.
It's not that loud. It's no louder than this.
No, but I've got water in my ears.
Pardon?
I need them plunging.
We'll read another Gregorian testimony later on, but he's cool. He's really great, and I saw a couple of people on Twitter reach out to him today, and he helped them out. So thank you. gelaw.co.uk.
You can just give him a chat, a phone
Give
call,
him a
quick
chat.
chat.
Give him a chat. Just like these guys and gals and cats at SommersWasteSolutions.com. There's the phone number, there's the website, there's the email. Katherine, talk to me about these guys, and we'll read out a testimony from them later on as well.
Family business, they're really proud of what they do.
As they should be.
They can cover the whole country, and we're talking about waste solutions, whether you're a big company or a tiny company. If you just want to skip, they can sort you out with that. They reckon if you give them a call on this number, 0333577
sorry, I didn't realise you're reading that.
7442,
I'm moving it around.
And have a chat with them. They can either better the service you're getting already from an existing company, or definitely sort something out for you that is going to save you money in the long run.
Money, yeah.
Sort out your green credentials, get you through kind of a lot of the legal hoops that people need to jump through these days.
I'm Bob.
And generally make you feel better about waste.
If you don't come to Sommers Waste Solutions, who's going to feed me? Says Bob. Poseidon Safety Management don't have a cat. They got Zeus the dog. Look, I set him up in action poses.
Gosh, look
it's
at
like
that.
the beginning of Heart to Heart or Dallas.
Zeus was a rescue dog, and now he's one of, a team of dogs. They're the largest supplier of guard dogs in Devon and Cornwall. They recruit people from the Devon and Cornwall area, because you'll know if you live in those two counties that there are roads there you would not know about unless you're a local.
Every night they have dedicated, hardworking professional teams out patrolling businesses. They'll have people doing it right now. Responding to burglar alarms, and above all, helping to work for a safer Devon and Cornwall. With all of these companies, there's a phone number there, 01208 455 245, Poseidon Safe on Twitter, Poseidon Safety on Facebook. If you're in Devon and Cornwall, you've got a business, or maybe you're feeling your street's not as safe as you would like it to be, get in touch with these guys, right, and have a chat with them, and it will be lovely. And if you want to advertise, if you use any of these, if you make a phone call, do let them know where you heard about it from. If you've got a business and you want to advertise with us, you get a mention every hour during this show. You get a briefer mention in the podcast, and we'll even do I'll do a couple of tweets each week as well, just pointing people in the direction of your company. LateNightAlternative@gmail.com. That's the place to go. Charlie2982 has just subscribed.
Thank goodness.
Mushy peas.
Yes. I wondered where Charlie was.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
So what some of you won't know is at the end of the show, and if someone can find the clip of just before it all kicked off on the raid last night, just before it went psychedelic, right? That would be great if you could post it. Gmail, Dan, because we're doing this off our own bat, and that's all we got, I'm afraid. And I wouldn't trust you. Someone said that they'd set up. Because this is latenigtalternative@gmail.com, right?
Right, yeah.
Someone said, I've set up the latenigtalternative@gmail.com, and if anything gets sent to me for you, I'll forward it on to you.
What a bizarre way of being helpful. I mean, I think we appreciate that.
I think we appreciate it, but it's weird. So at the end of the show, we do a thing called a raid, right? Which is where it's a really great way of finding new content, new users, people that you might like. Okay, and I generally find someone, and thank you for the subscription. I generally find someone who I've never heard of and who has like 1 or 2 viewers, and it's really, really nice. And we just dive in, and if you like it, it's a great way of finding someone new and whatever. But there's a guy that I've been following for a while. I really like, called Black Mario, and I've been waiting for him to stream while we've been on. He does it at different times because I wanted to raid him because he's brilliant. He dresses up. He's a black fella. He dresses up as Mario, and he plays. I think it's just Nintendo games primarily. And I'll tell you more in a second. Hello, Finlay.
So they're just saying that was me who set up that email address.
Oh, Katherine, talk to him.
What for?
Oh, she's in combative mood, Finlay.
No, I'm just asking.
I was just sort of thinking, like, I was wondering if many people would get that email address wrong. So I just set it up just randomly, and I think it's had 2 emails so far that I forwarded over.
But you've made yourself a job there, because if you hadn't have done that, their emails would have just bounced back, and that would have been the end of it. Now you've got to monitor it, Finlay.
Yeah.
I deliberately, I could have called it the Late Night Alternative, and it's a Gmail address. I know, we'll sort something else out. We could have called it and I just thought, well, that's one word too many, even though it's the title of the show. I just thought, that's long. Now we're getting long. Who are I don't know if I want emails from people that are too thick.
No, I think it's a good way
read that.
of sorting the wheat from the chaff. But, I think it was a kind thing to do, Finlay. I just wonder whether you'll live to regret it.
Have you had any abuse? Because we have.
Oh, we've had some corkers.
We've had some abuse. Here's a deal. Why don't... This is it. Helena Leon is right. When this becomes a huge success, he's going to sell it to us for $1 million. He's going to sell us that email. We're going, please, Finlay, please give us the Late Night Alternative at gmail.com. No, I gave you the chance. You got to give me. You got to give me $1 million. Mm-hmm. You got to give me $1 million, and then you can have it. But I can't remember the point I was making. But whatever it was, I think it stands valid. So there. Here we go. He's forwarded one. He's forwarded a picture of someone pointing at the screen.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
Aaron V, how could you get the address wrong? How could you get the address wrong, Aaron V? For crying out loud, buddy.
Get my computer.
Finlay, I would like to apologise for any snark that we may have given you.
Don't apologise for me.
I'm not apologising for you. I'm apologising for us.
We.
Yeah, exactly. I'm apologising for the Late Night Alternative. I'm not apologising for Katherine Boyle. Don't. I wouldn't want to, because I'm apologising. If you want the merch bag, tlna.co.uk. Good. I'm apologising on behalf of the show, Finlay.
No problem.
His heart is broken.
He's not. He's fine.
All right. You're a good man, Finlay. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that. Someone has sent...
Oh, this computer.
What is wrong?
Well, of course, the cursor's not working. I'm going to have to bash it. I've tried all the hold control and all that thing. Do you know what works? Me losing it.
There's a loose connection. Right? There's a loose connection.
Oh, come on. You carry on, it won't be a minute.
No, we're watching.
Don't be looking at me, you're getting the...
Hit the computer.
This is my YouTube tutorial. I followed all of them to try and get this thing to go, but apparently it's the unique shape of the Apple MacBook Pro, whatever it is. Means that you get a loose connection. Here we go. No. Honestly, this is going to take for ages.
For ages isn't a phrase.
I'm multitasking.
May I make a suggestion?
No. What?
Buy a new one?
Can't afford one. Not been
Well,
paid
then
yet,
that's
right?
going to die at some point, and you'll lose all of your stuff on it.
I put it
You are a bit stupid.
Well, I'm not that stupid. Let's try again.
That mug is... These mugs are painted by Katherine Boyle. The idiot that... Mike, just stay out of it.
Oh.
Okie dokie.
This normally doesn't take this long, but obviously I think it's you lot putting yuzu on it. You carry on.
Oh, God, I'm carrying on. Look, it's a little bit tricky.
Ah! There we go. It worked. See, as long as when you lot stop looking, it worked. I've got a bit of a sweat on now.
Look at all the bits. This is great. Vox has sent in 400 bits. You can have enough to buy a new computer soon. Thank you,
out of
Vox.
bits.
Thank you, Vox.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take my jacket off, actually. It's getting a bit hot, isn't it?
Oh, dear. Honestly,
I don't
the
know
things
if I
I
like
do...
this T-shirt because it makes it these nipples.
Where's nipples?
There's nipples.
Your nipples aren't there.
Yeah, but it looks like my
They're
nipples
the same size.
Oh. Don't, because people now want to know how you know what
Look
size
at mine,
my
I've got
nipples.
nipples.
Oh, no, this is for families, this stream.
Well, you started it.
Male nipples are not sexual. They bring no pleasure to the uterus.
Oh, dear.
I think we did all the adverts there. Right.
Oh. Anyway.
Well, I was going to say something really important. Oh, yeah. Oh, can someone post that clip again of the Black Mario raid? Because it's too far in the chat. So, we did a raid. And a raid is where I find someone and I type in raid and we go pile in. And it's a big surprise for them. And it's usually really, really lovely. So, we raided this Black Mario fella who's, I just think is so funny. So funny. If someone could post that link again, that would be great. So, we'll watch it. I think he's so good. And for some reason, he gets like 25 viewers or something, and I think he's flipping brilliant. So here we go. We raided and it went mental.
Oh, I love
There might
this.
be a little bit of bad language in this, so apologies if there is. Let me move us over that side because there he is. That's Black Mario there. Here we go. Have some of this.
You son of a...
Welcome to the shit show that is the Black Mario Show.
This is because so many people raided. The screen goes mental.
We gotta talk, brother. Hey,
welcome to
can we
the
get
shit
some
show
word to the
that
chat?
is
Hey, we
the
gotta
Mario Show.
These people are animals. They will eat me alive if I stop the first race of the stream. They will eat me alive.
To the
We
shit
gotta
show
do
that
some
is
things.
The Black Mario Show.
But I got a race that I gotta get to, and then I'm gonna get to all you crazy sons of bitches.
Where's the bit?
Hey,
what I'd
can we get
love
someone up to the chat,
is the
please?
bit where it goes. It starts to go really psychedelic, and the hype train kicks in. Look at this cat,
Ian Lee
and it just.
rated us. How you do me like that?
To the shit show that is the Black Mario
We've got to be careful.
Show.
I don't want too many swears. Okay, we've got to be careful. I don't want too many swears. But it was a joy, man. It was a real... Laura's here. Laura Sometimes, who we raided the other day. And that's the nice thing about it, right? You know, we talked about our radio show. If you ever listened to it, a lot of it was about building a community of which you were... If you listened, you were very much a big part of it. But the rest of the station and the rest of radio is just horrendous. It's just horrendous. But on Twitch, you get to build the community again. And somebody like Laura Sometimes, who we raided the other day, she's this, I don't, have I got this right, Laura? You've not been, if you want to Skype in, by the way, you'd be very, very welcome. You've not been doing it for too long, if I remember correctly. I might have got you confused with someone else. It builds communities around these streamers, and some of the communities are 4 or 5 people. Mm-hmm. Some of them are 855 people. Some of them are like 7,000 people. And it's just wonderful. And the beauty of Twitch is there are some really niche bits. Here we go. This is the hype train.
I love the hype train.
This is where it kicks off. So this is still Black Mario's channel. It goes insane. So this is because we've raided him and he's just got a load of follows. Laura, whenever you're ready. Thank you. You got to show this to your mum, to your kids.
Oh, they'll love it.
Look at him. I think that may have been live, his dance. Yeah. We were watching this. Oh, you can't see it.
Oh well, we enjoyed it very much.
Trust us, it was good. Here we go. Let's try again. This went on for ages. And normally we come in for the raid and we stick around we might chat for a couple of minutes, watch for a bit more. But we could not leave this. This was insane. And it made me think, well, do we need
a hype train?
Do we need to be a little bit more excitable? Look at him! I love him so much. I can't wait for COVID to be over. I'm going to go around his house. I'm going to pop up on his stream, whether he wants me to or not. It is happening. Look at that picture. You look cool. That picture of you. Look.
I was cool once.
Okay. Isn't it nuts? Isn't it nuts? Mild Mushroom gets a time. You almost got a timeout for that. You almost got a timeout. Who is the little head and shoulders picture on the shelf by Frank Sidebottom, but is sometimes on Iain's hair? Should I bring him in?
Yeah.
Should I bring him in? You ready? Here we go. You ready? Pull him. Hey! It's Pierce Brosnan. And then back he goes. There he is. That's that. Thank you, Matty. Sorry, mate. Still learning. And is the financial end of streaming on Twitch sustainable? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, some people can make millions from it. We ain't making millions from it. Why don't you say hello to Dan?
Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait a sec, let me just close down the stream. There we are.
You know how to do this, Dan. Thank you.
Yep. So, my thoughts was just, what do you think about pirate radio?
I don't think about it.
What do you think about pirate radio?
Well, I think it's okay, to be honest, but I'm just wondering, because I'm thinking of sending like a demo track into one of the pirate radio stations, because they're hiring in that, so. I don't know whether to get involved in that stuff or.
Right, well, it's illegal. But I would say it's not like the bad illegal.
Yeah.
You're not murdering or selling drugs, or you're not stealing. Some people, the argument I suppose is you're stealing bandwidth. I don't. First of all, I don't know what pirate radio is anymore. I haven't heard a pirate radio station. I remember there used to be, when I worked at LBC, there used to be a pirate station near where I lived, near Finsbury Park, that broadcast on 97.2, and LBC was 97.3. And I remember sitting in my car, driving around for ages trying to catch it, and then just phoning it up and having a laugh. But that was 15 years ago. I don't know what pirate radio means anymore.
I guess it's more of like garage music, drum and bass, like the real underground type music. I guess it's not really chat show stuff like that.
Are people still listening to it like that, though?
Well, I certainly listen to pirate radio every time that I'm around, so.
Right, well then get in touch with them. If they're talking to you and you're listening to them, then just Gingerbeard Mark, Iain phoning pirate radio was genius. I would like a shout out for my mother Linda. Is there a recording of it then, Mark? Did I play it? I must have played it out on LBC. That's possibly why I was doing. Is there a recording of me phoning the pirate radio? Well, listen, if they're talking to you and they are a voice that communicates to you, well then get in touch with them and try and see if you can be part of them.
Yeah, because I think it is actually quite safe, because they've been going on for at least about 15, 20 years.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by safe. You don't mean wicked.
No, as in like not getting caught, type safe.
Listen, I have to be careful. We can't obviously condone any illegal activity, and I certainly can't tell you how to break the law. But I mean, I think for you get caught for pirate radio, I would imagine it's stuff confiscated and a fine first time, probably stuff confiscated and a fine second time, and then bail out then, because the third time's probably a prison sentence. But it should be. This is why I was saying radio was dead to the other guy earlier on, right? Because radio should be exciting, and you should feel like, as a listener, that you have found your secret show, right? That no one else in the world is listening to, just you. And I think that me and Katherine created that to a certain extent on Talk Radio. I know that I created that to a certain extent on Absolute and LBC. I know we created it to a bit on Talk Radio. I don't have that anymore. I don't have anything I can listen to where I go, ooh, this is mine. They are talking to me. There's nothing for me. If there's a pirate radio station that you feel is your window on the world, then do it. Send them an email. Phone them up.
Yeah, do you know what I think I will say? Yes. Cheers for that.
Do it, man. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, of course. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye. If there's a recording of me phoning up the pirate radio, I think the joke was I would go, hello, yes. Could I get a shout out, please, for my mother, Linda, if you wouldn't mind? And I think that was the gag. What's illegal about it? Well, you're not allowed to broadcast on the FM without a license. That's it. That's the law.
Is there a danger you're interrupting, like, emergency services, signals and stuff?
No.
No?
Don't know.
That's why those laws are there, though, isn't it? Because everything's allocated.
Could be. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I am sunburnt because we went swimming. I think this show is way better with just calls and chatting and no interviews. Well, good luck tomorrow. Who we got tomorrow?
Rufus Hound.
Yeah. Jolly Bishop, I kind of know what you mean, right? As a purist, I don't like other people's podcasts when they get guests on, right? Unless it's a podcast that I'm specifically listening to because each week they have a guest, and I like what that guest is talking about, who the guests are, right? One of my favourite podcasts at the moment is Beatles Pod, right? It's brilliant. The Pirate Radio Call is on YouTube. Can you find it? Because I'm a bit busy. And I love Beatles Pod. It just really dissects a weird, or it really goes in for the micro of a particular Beatles thing that you perhaps haven't thought about. And a few weeks ago, they had what was the guy's name? He kept saying, instead of walrus, he said walrus. I am the walrus. Who was it? It was Robin Hitchcock. And I listened to the first 10 minutes. I thought, this isn't for me. I don't like this. So I stopped listening. So I know what you mean, but a couple of things. I think the guests that we have had and the guests we have coming up, Gail Porter, Rufus Hound, Dick and Dom.
Yeah, we don't get people
Craig
on just for the sake of it.
We get people on that we love, right? Joe Bowers, thank you for the bits. We get people on that we love. So I think you get a better quality of interview. Stephen Page yesterday was just...
They're not really interviews, they're sort of chats, catch-ups.
Katherine and Katie talking, I could have listened to that for hours.
Well, you could have, we would have.
But also, have we had any, we haven't had many phone calls for the last 20 minutes, and it's 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Also, we're still working out what this is.
Yeah.
And we probably won't ever, because that's the point. The things that we do kind of go through phases, don't they? And when we get too comfortable in things, when people, listeners or viewers, come to expect certain things, we like to change it up. So,
yeah,
if there's a bit you don't like, you can be assured that within 5-10 minutes, there'll be something you do.
Emma Kennedy, yep, she's going to come on. Imani's going to come on, but I just have to make her. I've just got to get a contract drawn up that says every time she swears, I get $1,000. I just have to make her know no swear. But Imani's will come on, I'm sure. Right. So okay, I think this is it. Someone's found it. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, speaking of other stations, it's kind.
Speaking of a very wet mouth. So this is like 15 years ago.
Were you smoking
16.
then?
Just stopped. I'd stopped. No, right. I wasn't smoking now. Very wet mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Very wet mouth.
End of a segue. We've had a lot of complaints about pirate radio stations.
Oh, yeah, because that was it, because they were broadcasting on... I'm probably about to say what I'm about to say. They were broadcasting on a very similar frequency.
Interfering with the broadcast of this. I personally have ignored those complaints. Sure, we pass them on to the relevant people when we can be bothered. But it's never affected me.
15 years later, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
Apart from those guys still work there.
Yes,
As I have digital radio, and I have a strong reception in my area when I drive around in my car. On Friday, Agent Chris and I went to Walthamstow to see the Kiss tribute band Dressed to Kill. Excellent stuff.
That's true, actually. We did go and see Dressed to Kill.
Is that the one featuring that guy we ended up working near?
Oh, yeah, the drummer. Yeah. Iain Danter on the drums is Peter Chris. I got up on stage. They said they got me up on stage to sing, but they got me up on stage to sing an 80s Kiss song. And I don't know 80s Kiss. I only know 70s Kiss. So I'm singing loud. I want to hear it loud, right between the eyes. I don't really know it.
Yeah.
I was wearing a blazer then as well. Probably wearing that jacket. I would have been wearing that jacket.
Wow. This is what's happening on this show, right?
I would have been wearing that jacket.
We keep coming full circles. If you were watching last night, you'll know that there were a few little things that clicked into place.
Freaky shiz. Get Dan Wootton on.
Yeah.
On the way back, we were listening to... Well, on the way there... Was it Joe on the way there?
Can I say my hesitation here slightly is... I haven't heard this. I am worried that this might be slightly racist.
Okay.
In as much as it's young people of colour talking, kind of very street.
Yeah.
And I'm going on and doing this kind of voice.
Right.
The time I remember it as being just me being kind of like an older middle-class guy entering a different world.
Sure.
Well, certainly wasn't doing it as I'm a white guy and you're black guys. Certainly wasn't my intention. But it'd be interesting to hear 15 years later if that intention comes across, or if it does sound like a white guy taking the mickey out of the way some people speak.
Right.
So
I'm just flagging that up because I don't know. So let's have a listen.
And Caroline on the way back, it wasn't it? On the way there, we were trying to listen to Joe Parkinson's excellent show. She had a guy who had a cup of Elvis's water and a Philip in the South Norwood. Both were on there. It's a good show.
Flipping it. Plus ça change.
It was ruined a bit by a pirate radio station, Boise FM. I will not give out the frequency. On the way back, it was impossible to listen to Caroline Faraday. That wasn't because of the pirate radio station. It's just impossible to listen to her.
Oh. Wow.
I upset her because what I thought was, and there we go, learning curve. What I thought was banter, she actually it turned out it was chipping away at her confidence over time.
Man.
But she brought it up. I felt awful, and it was one of the early, because I was only a year clean, 2 years, very early days, and it was a real sometimes when people are laughing at what I'm saying, they're not actually finding it funny.
Right.
Oh God. So even though it was incredibly uncomfortable and upsetting to me, nowhere near as upsetting as it was for her, I'm grateful that she did it.
All helps with the recalibration.
Oh
doesn't it?
God, totally.
But then the pirate radio station got really bad. So Chris and I started dicking around, and we kept phoning them up.
Imagine LBC now having a presenter going, well, me and my presenters started dicking around.
Oh, I wish they would.
El Silvero, thank you for the subscription.
Now, this isn't a brilliant recording, okay? This is early days in our war against piracy. But we will beat them. And I got through about 5 or 6 times. And they were quite amused to have a white, middle-class, vaguely posh boy.
See, you see?
Well, they were amused.
Yeah, but I just describe myself as a white. Well, I am a white.
Yeah.
But I'm making a differentiation about the colour.
Yeah, but you're saying they're not the butt of the joke, are they? You are.
I think so. Let's find out.
Going on there and speaking inappropriate language in terms of, not being very street. We managed to take one. It's a really bad recording. It's only about 50 seconds, so please stick with it. But this is just a sign of things to come.
You're listening to OCFM on the frequency. It's a little bit naughty.
Oh, that was it. I said I've got a slogan you should use. It's a little bit naughty. I forgot about this. My God.
It's a little bit naughty.
Yeah, cool that.
This is my last call of the evening. This is Iain again. Just to let everyone know, all the ladies and the gents, I've just made it home. I'm about to go inside. I'm home safe and sound. And I would love to hear a great song by the Beatles when I get in and switch on my hi-fi system. Would that be okay, please, both of you?
Yeah, I will. And I'll do that. Call out, Iain.
Hello there.
I'm going to dip right in the bottom of the bag right now for
Dip
you.
right in your bag for me, sir, and see what magic you can pull out. And let's hope it's got Ringo Starr on the drums.
Alright, mate.
OCFM.
Any shout-outs, mate?
I'd like to shout out to Agent Chris, to my mother, Linda, and to any of those hot, foxy women that like this kind of music.
Alright, mate. Safe, Iain.
Chase, good evening.
Sweet, mate.
The show. So that's how we're going to bring down the pirate radio stations, by me phoning them up. We're working on the technology.
Very pleasant.
And once or twice a week, Chris and I are going to go and sit in my car.
We have to go and sit in the car and do it. That's all right. That's all right.
Well, I mean, the only way you can find out if it really is all right is by tracking down these chaps and finding out if they're
how
cool.
how it impacted on them in the long run. Was there any negative impact on your life, guys, as a result of those calls? We just missed. Speaking of calls, we just missed one there, so we're just going to call this.
Yeah. Here we are.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Fine. Sorry we missed your call.
No, I think I must be listening on a bit of a delay because I was listening to Ian's LBC call a second ago, and then you called me back, so I thought that was a little bit odd. What I was going to ask, though, guys, is you talked about this sort of magic zone that different radio shows, different radio presenters get into. Who would you put in that sort of zone? I know you like Tommy Boyd and Clive Bull and those sort of characters. Who else would you put into that sort of magic radio zone?
Alan Bezic.
Bezic's the man of the moment. Bezic's magic. Yeah. Have you heard him?
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard him. I mean, is he worth?
I tell you what. Well, I'm worried. This is why I've hesitated mentioning Bezic on here. Because everybody will switch off and go and listen to Bezic.
Well, you can listen again. You don't need to switch off.
I'll tell you what we'll do, Andrew. After this call,
okay,
we'll go and listen to a little bit of Bezic live.
I'd love that because I used to listen to Danny Baker back in the day.
Yep.
And I know he has a new podcast. I think people mentioned Nick Abbott. I think he used to be good back in the Virgin Radio days in the 90s, maybe. And then who else? I suppose Chris Evans on Radio 1, maybe. I don't know.
Chris Evans on GLR. That was a show. That was a show. That was a show. When it was Chris Evans, Chris Morris and Danny Baker on GLR. That was a show.
Yeah, everything's is much more watered down. I mean, I know the fella who called earlier is looking to get into radio. I tried many, many years ago when I lived in the UK, and I sent in show reels. I did hospital radio, and then I did student radio when I was in Portsmouth. And it was just years and years of sort of rejection, and then sort of moved away from it over the years and just started doing a podcast recently during lockdown, trying to just get the passion back again. But I think the podcast is probably the way to go for that young chap. I think he'd probably...
Hang on a minute. Who's this scumbag? Mission Herman, LBC, when Iain was good. Screw you. No, balls. Shut up. Screw you and the bus that you rode in on. I'm going to...
Careful.
And also, Angelos and Barry, if you just watch the video on Twitch the next day, you don't get any ads. Thanks a lot.
If you do that, you don't get any Twitch eventually.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, exactly, man. Why would you highlight that in front of us? Why would you say to everyone in front of us, I know a way you can take some food out of their kids' mouths?
How is Barry doing? Is he still well? I heard
he's coming on at some point. He only wants to come on if he's booked as a guest. It's the most frustrating. It's the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, he's
He obviously doesn't get the Steve Wright gigs anymore.
No, he does not.
Did Steve and him have a falling out?
I don't know. I was on the Steve Wright show. I was on the Big Show once. I'll send you a good package. I'll send you a package. Here we go. I'll send you a little package. I got a package. Here's my package for you. Have a little think about stealing food from our kids' mouths. Have a little think about that, right? Have a little think about that. When you know that I'm anxious about the viewing figures going down, you're now telling people not to watch the show live. Go and have a little think about why that's a really dumb thing to say in the 10-minute timeout I've just handed you. I mean, people, what? You sit through 6 minutes of adverts. If you subscribe, you don't get any adverts, right? You sit through 6 minutes of adverts an hour. But no, that Angelos and Barry, he's got a way where you don't get the adverts. And you know what? We get money for the adverts. That's why we're here, is to get money. Part of the Twitch deal is, got to play 6 minutes of adverts an hour. Okay. And then we can give you some money. Brilliant. And what can I do with that money? Anything you want. What? You can do anything. Once we give you that money, you can do anything. I can do anything I want. Yeah. Feed my kids. Yeah. Pay my mortgage. Yeah. Pay my ex-wife. Yes. Buy things for me. You can do what you want. But don't worry, because this guy has got a way where the thing that you get money for, they circumvent that so that you get less money. So thanks for that. Have a think about that for 10 minutes in your timeout. And if when you come back, you're not apologetic.
Meanwhile, Tartan Spartan saved the day by subscribing.
Thank you, Tartan Spartan. Sorry, Andrew, please carry on.
No, I was enjoying your rage there.
So was he.
I think Barry needs a little bit of a spanking, doesn't he? He's been a very naughty boy lately.
Don't, because he loved that.
I tell you what, right? Here's what you can do. If you beg Barry to come on now, one of the viewers here will clip it and we'll send it to Barry.
Barry, please, I plead with you. Save the show tonight. We need you.
Oh, God.
Barry.
What do you mean? Hang on a minute. What do you mean save the show tonight? Up yours, Andrew Chappers. They're getting all on my nerves tonight. They're getting all on my nerves.
Yeah. And they were exposed nerves as well, weren't they? Already. Because we're really we're overtired. So, we're a bit eggy, aren't we?
What happened to the spiders last night? They're still up there. The moth ain't up there, though. That is.
They're sleeping it off.
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, you can see my pants in the background.
Yep.
Hello.
Yes. How can we help you?
Well, I just noticed you haven't had anyone called Dan call you in the last 5 minutes, so I thought I'd better do that just to keep the quota up,
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. The Dan tally, the Dally is really looking good for tonight. And if we get more than 50 Dans, we'll be giving £1 million to a charity of Dan's choice.
No Dannies though.
No Dannies. No, I don't want any Daniels. Hey, we had this yesterday. James, you don't get Jims or Jimmies anymore, or Jamies. They're all James.
Yeah, I've got an old schoolmate insists on going by Jim now. It seems wrong.
Gosh.
He changed. He changed from what was he? A James? Jamie.
He was a James, and he is a James. He's that kind of person. But he insists on being Jim.
Jim. He's so mature now.
That sofa looks very comfortable.
Puss.
Hello, Catty.
Yeah, she's decided to start licking.
What?
Oh, I see Animal Crossing.
Yes, you do, yes.
Oh,
is that update? When's that update? The end of the week, right?
Yeah, we're getting fireworks.
Exciting.
I'm very excited by it. If you want to join my island, have a look on my Twitter.
No.
My friend code is there.
No.
Didn't think you would.
No, I didn't really like Animal Crossing. I get why people like it. I totally get why people like it. And my son had great pleasure with it. But then he did what I suspect nearly everyone has done, apart from you two sad cases, is he realised that nothing really happens, and he got bored of it, and he doesn't play it anymore.
Well, just when you think that, they change it enough to keep you going just a bit longer. And also, you know, you can dip in and out of it. It's
not something to be played for hours. It's still half an hour here and there.
It's a little screensaver for your mind, I think.
Exactly. It's very relaxing.
I'm going to cut you off.
I don't blame you.
There we go. You see, it's as simple as that. Don't worry, you can't see that one.
Excellent work. Oh, look at Fior trying to stir up celebrity beef. Amir Khan is coming for you, Iain Lee. Oh, he's not allowed out on his own.
Here's what we're going to do.
What are we going to do?
I'm going to WhatsApp Amir Khan.
Do it.
I'm going to WhatsApp Amir Khan. Shall we? I think he's changed his number because there's no picture.
Oh, why would he do that?
So that doesn't show any phone numbers, does it?
No.
So that is genuinely... hide your face. Hide your face, otherwise it won't focus on the phone. Hang on. I've got to fix this. You can't see it.
They won't believe it.
Well, this is genuinely was Amir's, but it looks like he's changed his number. Or blocked me. Hi, Amir. Iain Lee here. How the devil are you? Here we go. Double tick. That means it's been received.
Yeah. Interesting. Maybe that's his burner phone.
Well, when we clip this. When I came out of the jungle, and we had to do this horrible thing where we all had to stand around, and Stanley made a speech about Toff, and we're all in suits by the swimming pool. It was bloody horrible and stupid. The same day I came out, Amir was trying to show us a picture on his phone. But what I saw was loads of boobies, loads of naked boobies. And then he went, oh, no, you can't see that. And he walked off, and he went, yeah, there's a picture of my kid.
Wow, hang on. Okay, well, that sounds very naughty indeed.
Oh, there you go.
Here's somebody ringing us up.
Oh, no, they missed him. You missed him. You got to get in there. You got to get in there.
Well, I think they need to have a bit more patience.
Well, no, but he okay.
Who's this? Hello?
Hi, Katherine, you all right?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
It's Jim.
Ah, is it Jim, though? You're not a James?
Well, I was named James by my parents, but my wife calls me Jim. And the whole of her family call me Jim, so
you're Jim?
I'm a Jim. Yeah.
Well done.
So I felt there was a bit of Jim deletion going on.
Okay. So you're representing the Jim Massive.
I'm listening. I'm just keeping up on the social medias, guys. Just keeping up on the social medias.
They call it socials now.
Well, they might. Me don't. I think Kath can handle this one.
Go on. Continue, Jim. I'm sorry about him.
I know, he's just continuing to ignore me. It's like I've never called in before. It's shocking.
It's outrageous. What would you like to say to him if he was listening, paying attention?
I think he's changed.
Yeah, he has. In what way?
He's deleting gyms. He's not recognising that we exist. He's been a bit Jimist.
He is that. How are we going to hold this guy to account?
Well, definitely once you work out how to do the production meetings for the Tier 3 subs, I'll be raising it there as I am a Tier 3 sub. So I shall hold him to account.
All right. I look forward to that. I'll hold your coat, Jim.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you very much for your call, Jim.
Thank you.
Jim.
Okay, I wasn't listening to any of that.
That was Jim, not James.
Yeah, we got 1,000 viewers. It's only Wednesday night, and everything is Is any chance of an Elkie Brooks song? Lilac wine is sweet and heavy like my love. I'm ready. Listen to me. I'm what I want to be.
It's time for a different song.
Hello, Brett.
All right.
Wagwan.
How you doing? How you doing?
None of your business. What do you want?
Give us the meat.
Do you want to play the quiz?
Do we want to play a quiz?
Yeah, I do want to play a quiz, actually. Yeah,
How
please,
did you
Brett.
know?
Smaller or taller quiz?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, please. I'm in. What are the rules?
Who's smaller or taller?
Okay.
Kylie Minogue.
Who?
Or
Kylie Minogue.
Frank?
Cara
Kylie.
Carly
Minogue.
Simon?
Kylie Minogue.
Carly Nogue? Who?
Kylie Minogue.
Carly Minogue, yes.
Or Frankie Dettori.
Carly Minogue or Frankie Dettori. Who is smaller or who is taller?
Yes.
Well, which? Which? Because you can't. It's going to be a different person each time.
With Frankie Dettori taller or smaller than Kylie Minogue?
He's
Smaller.
Taller. He's taller or smaller, yeah.
He's smaller.
I think he's taller.
He's smaller.
Taller.
No, he's taller. Kylie is smaller. That's what I meant.
What's your final answer?
Smaller.
Frankie Dettori is taller than Carly Minogue.
Correct.
Yes, mate.
Next one?
Yes.
Oh, there's more than one. Okay, yeah. Why the hell not?
Danny DeVito.
Yep.
Is smaller or taller than Arnold Schwarzenegger?
That's a tricky one because they're twins, aren't they?
I've seen the poster, but then we know it's not the lady and Richard Gere on the poster for Pretty Woman. So maybe it's not them on the poster.
They are twins. They are twins.
Yeah, okay, 30 seconds later. There we go. There's the time delay. I'm going to say that Danny DeVito is smaller than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Correct.
Oh, exciting.
2 for 2.
Nice one, buddy.
Callers with catchphrases, I really like. I really like callers with catchphrases. That does it for me. 0203 286 6370. If you're waiting for the thing to talk about, there isn't.
No.
There isn't. We just sit here and we just chat. And like I said, we kind of don't know what the show is yet, right? It's evolving. Excuse me. It's growing. It's changing. I don't know what it's going to be. And someone complained that it wasn't like the radio show. Well, you know what?
Good.
It ain't the radio show. It ain't the radio show. It's the Twitch show. And we don't know what it is or exactly how it's going to become or quite how to present it as well. I mean, I've been doing Twitch a lot more than you have.
Yeah.
And I've done stuff in front of cameras a lot more. So I'm a little bit more relaxed. But I'm slightly less relaxed when you're here because I'm aware that if it's just me, it's completely different from the two of us.
Yes.
In the same way that just you is different from the two of us.
Yeah, of course it is.
So I don't quite know, how to be. Let's ask this caller. Hello, caller.
Hi,
Oh, hello.
my name's Dan.
Den?
Dan. I'm just
Dan?
I'm just up in the Dan quotient.
There's a lot of... Oh, hang on a minute. How do we know you're really called Dan? I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah, fine.
What is Dan short for?
Daniel, I think.
No, because he's only got little legs.
S-E-T she's talking about. What can we do for you, Dan?
I had a bit of a sad realization.
Oh, no, what?
That life is meaningless, we're all going to die, and the best you can hope for is to have all of your friends and family die before you do?
My God.
I mean, that is pretty sad, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think this is sadder.
Okay,
This is
wow.
sadder. Richard Attenborough's going to die. By that I mean David Attenborough's going to die.
Hang on, by that, which one of you?
Richard Attenborough is dead.
Yes.
That's.
I know, yeah. I got my Attenboroughs mixed up. Yeah. But David Attenborough's going to die.
Yeah,
like
and you won't know whether it was him or his brother.
I know. Yeah, but like, I just got a bit confused, sorry. But, I mean, he's going to die, though. Like,
Matty says in the chat, are you threatening David Attenborough? Is this you threatening him now on our stream? Because I think that's against the terms of service.
I realise now that it does sound a bit that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you phoned up to threaten a man who's nearly
elderly
100.
man, a national treasure.
Wow.
Someone who's done more for the planet than any of us ever will.
Why would you want to kill him, Dan?
Thinking about it, he's got a bit of an attitude, really. Like,
I've been
he owns the place.
If he thinks he owns the place, he swans around like he does. I've been in a room with him, and I didn't like the vibe I got from him.
Why?
It was very dark vibe, very arrogant vibe. It was the green room for the Alan Titchmarsh show.
Which is a dark place anyway.
Very, very arrogant vibe coming from that entitled old man. But that doesn't in any way mean, thank you for the bits.
That he deserves to die.
I'm not in any way condoning your horrific plan, Dan.
Okay. I think you should ban me from the radio station. I'm dangerous.
Okay, well, you're banned from the radio station. Unfortunately for us, we're not on a radio station.
Sorry. It's a bad habit. Anyway,
What you've got a bad habit is killing pensioners.
Or threatening them.
Goodbye, Dan.
How dare you?
What horrible person. What disgusting person. I'm going to do a little tweet and say that we are on air. Let's do a little tweet. You got anything you want to do while we are live?
Yeah, I was reading in the newspaper the other day that a couple has won a fight to name their child whatever they want to, and that what they want to name him is Lucifer.
Okay.
Which is actually quite a beautiful name. It just means light, doesn't it?
Yes.
But of course, like Adolf, it's been spoilt by one bad actor. He's probably the baddest. This is from the Mirror from ages ago. So it's not really news, it's old news, but I thought it was quite...
Oh, hang on, I've got a button for that.
That's old news.
Totally is old news. A couple won the battle to officially name their son Lucifer after a registrar reportedly told them he would not succeed in life if they chose it. I think the devil would disagree.
Yeah.
He might not succeed in death.
Well, the devil's in the detail, really, isn't it, in these things?
Dad, Dan. Oh, hang on a minute. A Dan.
Is your name Dan, caller?
I have a conversation starter for you.
Okay, conversation starter. Just what we need. Okay, thank you.
Why are there no longer voiceovers in trailers?
He makes a good point.
Because they all got really sore throats talking like that.
Who was the kindest presenter to you when you left Talk Radio? Well, the only one that got in touch with me, Ashsick, was Daryl Morris. No one else did. None of the other presenters did.
I had a phone call from Tommy Boyd.
You did, didn't you? Apparently he was texting me, but he didn't know he had the wrong number for me.
Now, there is a gentleman. Dad Dan
Very
said...
gentle lover.
I wouldn't know. Okay. Dad Dan said the pair had been really excited when they handed over the forms to name him Lucifer Sheldon, but said the council registrar at their local office in Chesterfield looked at them in, and I'm quoting this, utter disgust. She allegedly tried to bar them from using the name because it's been used as a moniker for the devil. Has it now?
The devil's not called Monica.
And 37-year-old Dan, in case you were wondering, said she told us he would never be able to get a job and that teachers wouldn't want to teach him. I tried to explain that we're not religious people and Lucifer in Greek means light bringer and morning, but she wouldn't listen. The official informed them, that New Zealand had banned parents from using the name. Remember, they're in Chesterfield, which, if I remember, is quite away from New Zealand.
No.
And advised them to register a different official name, but refer to him as Lucifer from home. So we asked for Adolf. No, they didn't. The parents were then asked to step outside while she checked if she was allowed to register the name, and Dan said it was eventually approved through gritted teeth. Honestly, we just thought it was a nice name, a unique one, he added. We didn't expect to get so much grief about it. Dan is a plant hire company boss and says he was gobsmacked with the response and has lodged an official complaint over the way he and his partner Mandy were treated. A Derbyshire County Council spokesperson said, our registrar felt it was her duty to ensure the couple were aware the name Lucifer had negative connotations.
Yeah.
And that their son may encounter issues with the name through his life due to its associations. Acknowledging the couple were unhappy with her advice, our registrar correctly contacted the General Register, who govern the registration service in England and Wales, to seek their advice. They agreed she'd acted correctly in advising the parents, with the best interests of the child in mind. Despite the advice, the couple said they still wished to proceed and name their son Lucifer, and the registrar continued with the registration. We apologise if they were offended, but it's the job of our registrars to advise in these matters, as sometimes people are not aware of certain meanings or associations around certain names.
Andrew says, our registrar belched at our wedding when reading our vows.
Oh my God. Does that mean it doesn't count?
Wowzers. What's your favourite moment of time in your radio career? Meeting her? I'm pointing behind me. No, meeting her. I mean, here's what... let's take this call. Go on, Kath.
Hello, call.
Oh, hello, Kath and Ian. How are you? My name's Pat.
Hello, Pat.
You may have explained this already, so please cut me off or dispense with me. But what's going on the shelf behind Ian's head, where the Frank candle is glowing away? There's what appears to be a tiny bust just on the left of Frank as I look at him. When Ian moves his head left, it's in front of his head. It's like there's dead pixels on the screen.
What?
When you move your head to the left, Ian, your left.
To the left.
Whatever's on the shelf in front of Frank is in front of your forehead.
It does what?
It's crazy. What's going on there then? There it is, look!
I can't see it.
Where? I
It's
can't
like
see
there's
anything.
a small bust. It's like a very small bust.
How dare you, Pat? She is a trained journalist, right? Her rack is nothing to do with you.
I do apologise if that was misconstrued.
Apology accepted.
No, we can't see anything.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Can you not see it, really?
No.
Well,
there's Frank Sidebottom and there's a candle.
There's Frank Sidebottom, there's a candle, and left of that, it's right in your forehead now. When you move. See, I'm about 10 seconds behind on the screen.
Kath, I can't hear what you're saying. So
No. So, direct us. Which way is he going?
Okay, Ian, I'm about 10 seconds behind on the screen. Ian's now just by his reel-to-reel.
Yes.
If he moves slightly to his right...
Your right.
In front of Frank, in front of the candle.
In front of Frank, in front of the candle.
Yeah, keep going. I'm 10 seconds behind, so I apologise for the lag.
Keep going.
Keep going, Ian. Now, on my screen, there we are. It's right in front of your face. There's like
right
dead
in front of your face
pixels.
now.
It's like a smudge on the screen. It's definitely not my TV. I've got it up and wiped. No, back, Ian, you need to go back.
You've wiped your
So
television.
your head is in line with the poster, in line with the right-hand side of the poster.
In line with the... It's actually a Ouija board. I'm wondering whether there might be
Oh,
a
is
connection.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Try again.
If you get your head... Oh, God, this is the worst Crystal Maze game ever. If you put your head in line with...
Can you see someone pumping off now?
I've got it. He's pumping iron like a good one.
If I do it here, does that get rid of it?
No, it's in between the Frank poster and your IKEA lamp.
It's in between the Frank poster and your IKEA lamp.
That lamp costs £5.
It's on your arm now. It's on your right arm. It's like a smudge on the screen. It can't just be me. I know it's on the computer. Someone's just said on the chat it's not real. It's on the computer. I get that. I just wondered why it was on the computer.
What are you doing now? What's happening now? Oh, God. Is this because Joe Wicks is done? Is that Gaga?
It's on the screen. The Patty Don says on the chat. It's on the screen. You're quite right.
Everybody gotta get a bit.
It's on your overlay, says only Duke Silver.
It's on your overlay. Is your overlay showing? You be careful in those.
My overlay's not showing.
Oh, that was...
All right, I'm going to cut you off, Pat, because you're a weirdo.
Fancy coming on and telling us he's been wiping his screen off.
Ooh, that was a workout. That was a
You're
burner.
going to feel that in the morning.
That was a burner. That was a real burner, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Pick one of our wonderful sponsors and then you have to talk about it because I'm out of breath.
Okay.
Who are you going to go for?
I'm going to pick Poseidon.
Poseidon. Owned by Zeus. The dog, rescue dog, about a year old, just over a year old, found abandoned in a field. When I rescued him, badly treated. They look how, obviously he's very well fed now. Look at that tongue action. Gene Simmons will be proud.
Well said, that is pure muscle.
And now trained, working dog, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
And here's the thing, my friend.
Here's the rub.
If you live in Devon or indeed Cornwall, or both, maybe you straddle that border.
Ooh.
No judgment here. But if you live in that area, you can get Zeus and his mates working for you, because Zeus is part of a team of dogs owned by the largest suppliers of guard dogs in those two counties, Devon and Cornwall. Cornwall's only authorised installer of radar vision. What's radar vision? It's a security system you can stick in a field, right? And it will monitor the situation.
Or a building.
It doesn't need any power, doesn't need any... It's just, I'm just giving you the idea.
You just said it in a field and then people think, well, I can't put it in my house.
Well, that's what Nick told us. He said you can put it in a field.
Yeah, but also you can put it in a house.
Rural crime is real. Rural crime is real.
Yeah.
And a lot of it happens in fields. How do you monitor it with radar vision? Doesn't need power, doesn't need the internet. It's done, I think, by magic.
It's not by magic. Also, they're really keen on making the community better. And one of the things they did was they sponsored a local not-for-profit charity by sending out what they call Blues and Twos packages, a gesture of a care package to thank the police, the fire brigade and the ambulance service in their local area for everything they do. So it's with all of these companies, man, it's not just about the money. It's about making a difference to their environment and to their communities. Speaking of environment, the SommersWasteSolutions.com team. I don't know who you use for your waste disposal, but they're going to be rubbish compared to Sommers Waste Solutions.
They certainly are. I think I need to have a word with Sommers because my waste is something else. And, no matter how big or small the job you're dealing with, Sommers are your people. It's a family business. They are proud of the kind of the business that they built up. They can help you out regardless of where you are in the country, and they can handle jobs big and small, whether it's you need a skip, whether you need something bigger got rid of. They can do confidential waste, and they can do it on your site or theirs.
There we go. Let me just, they've sent us a load of testimonials. Let me pick one at random from One Life Leisure Centres. We've just entered our 5th year with Sommers Waste Solutions, as we have been extremely pleased with the first-class customer service and reliability in managing all aspects of waste and recycling for our chain of leisure centre sites across the UK. The SWS team are always willing to resolve any service issues, and they helped us achieve savings and improvements in our ongoing commitment of increased recycling. No job is too big for Sommers Waste Solutions, and many of our sites have already benefited from their can-do approach and solution. Listen to this, solution-driven attitude. I think that's something you could learn from. SommersWasteSolutions.com is the place to go. Big up the Gregorian.
Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors.
Hang on, we don't need to do the advert. We don't need to do the advert. We don't need to do this advert.
because we've got their poster boy.
We have got their poster boy. Jerry, you're just in time, my friend, to do the advert for Gregorian.
Okay, I'll join you there. I'm just going to drain the cat. Drain the cat downstairs.
I don't care about the cat downstairs, mate. You are wasting Richard's hard-earned advertising money. So come on, let's do this.
Family lawyers. If you need a family lawyer quick, call Gregorian and Emerson. They are #1 for family law.
There we go. I think that's...
You can't argue with that.
You cannot argue with that. There we go. And gelaw.co.uk. Hey, Jerry, what you got for us?
I'll give you drain the cat. It's 8 drain the house cat. He lives in that little house next to the room. He lives in a little house. I can show you. He's 8. He's 8, his little cat. He's just strange. He started walking here and staying here in the house. He's acting nice, drain the cat. He's fat. He's very fat.
He's called Graham?
Graham, feeding.
Can't call a cat Graham.
Turns out you can.
You can't call a cat Graham. You be careful, because if you turn around, we're going to see your ass!
Uh-oh. Where are you going?
He's going to come back with a dead cat.
He's coming back with some sort of prop. Oh, here we go. Oh, you've been tempted him with dreamies.
He's got temptate. What do your kids call them?
Temptate.
Temptate. He's going to temptate them.
Graham!
Graham!
Get down now. Get down, find you.
Is he there?
There's no room, he's not allowed in your room.
It's terrifying.
He's not allowed in his room. Oh, where are we going?
People are asleep. Oh, look. Get back in your room. Imagine.
Don't say anything, don't swear off.
Get back in your room.
We're watching a breakout.
Don't see Graham the cat. Don't see Graham the cat. Don't think it's the camera. Don't let the camera fly. Don't swear off. Do it.
You will not get this anywhere else on Twitch.
This is the Jerry's eye view.
With a really good reason. Really good reason.
There we go. Watch out. Don't take out any ankles.
Jerry rocking the classic one trainer look there, says Rich Twitch, 408. Absolutely right. Look, oh my God, this is terrifying.
No, don't forget about my shoes. It's alright.
She wants to get his shoe.
So just open the door. I'm doing the camera. Open the door. Don't swear off. Do the things. I'm freaking through the Zambia. Train the camera from here to here. We're going to take 1 minute to move there. Break.
This is like the Blair Witch Project, but on a lower budget. He's going in a lift. Where is this bloody cat?
This is where we lose him.
Just me to
Do you think this cat exists?
No. Also, mobile phones don't work in lifts.
No. Bye, Jerry.
It's still working.
It's still working.
Still working. I'll probably carry up to 18.
This should really only be for 2 or 3 subscribers. It shouldn't be for ordinary people.
I'd love it if the cat was like a tiger or something. The big reveal.
No, yes. You're hungry.
That lift is... the lift cam is very impressive.
Guys, you need to be subscribing and chucking some bits or making some donations to us, because this is gold. This is gold.
Here we go.
I'll see you down. Open the door. Press the button.
I want to see some subs during this. Seriously, I want some subs.
Is that
and I
the
want
same?
some bits.
It's the same carer. She's fast, and she must have taken the stairs.
Yeah.
Here we go. He's on Jesus. Graham.
Ah, Richard! Richard's given 25 subs.
Richard, thank you.
Richard, thank you, Richard, for Jerry, the ultimate rainmaker. Thank you, Richard. That is appreciated. Oh, Mark says, "Can I get a refund?"
Uh-oh. Where's his cat?
Oh.
There's his house.
Graham.
His house knows Graham. Graham's not there. Oh, balls.
Jesse says, "Is this normal?" Oh yeah, this is what we do every night. We send a guy out with Parkinson's to look for a fictional cat.
I think if everyone wishes for Graham, it might happen. Everyone
I think
call Graham.
I think Graham lives in all our hearts.
Graham.
Come on. Graham, please don't get dark.
Everyone's calling Graham in the chat now. This is brilliant.
Thank you, Richard. That's very generous. Thank you, mate.
Where is that cat?
Graham, no, he's gone.
No, he's gone. Is that it?
That's how Graham's gone. That's the fine.
This is now like... These are the last seconds of Jerry before he was brutally murdered by a carer.
Oh, he's going back in.
Who'd had enough.
She's so patient.
This is great. He gets a good signal in a lift, but not in a car park. Thank you, Fizz. Thank you for the sub. There's the bowls. I saw cat bowls. Why would you put cat bowls outside? That's going to get
Cat
rats.
He's got a cat.
You got rats in here, wait, it's cockroach.
I don't want to see a cockroach called Graham. I want to see a cat called Graham.
Graham. Nice to have trusting ladies. Lady cats. Come take me. Got Parkinson's.
Treasure hunt with Anna Gladys. Yes, Papamore. Very much so.
There we go. Point on him.
Wow, that's a lot of dreamies.
He's having good dreams tonight. Hey, bud. Graham, on the shelf. He's not coming.
He's not coming.
We'd established
that. Well, thanks for the call.
Thank you. See you later.
That was it.
Oh,
he's fallen over.
No.
He's fallen over.
I'm back up again.
All right.
See
Thank
later.
you. Bye.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Graham. That's cats for you.
Graham don't exist. How can that only have 1,064 viewers?
Oh, God. Oh, dear. That was dramatic. That was almost as good as hearing you standing out in your garden shouting, "Big boy!"
I do shout "Big boy" for the local Tom. Yeah, there's a stray Tom, and I call him in. Well, you named him Big Boy.
He is a big boy.
He is a big boy, but he won't. I can't get anywhere near him. Can't get anywhere near him. Please, can we have a Finding Graham Weekly? It says rubbish username. No. I don't want anything like that. My God.
We'll see him one of these days. It'll be special.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ian. How you doing?
I'm good. Was it you that sent me the link about Damon Lindelof explaining
No,
Lost?
but I know the link you're talking about. It's a great video.
Someone sent me a link. I don't click on links. Don't click on links.
No.
Yeah.
And I've not been able to watch anything connected with Lost since it ended. And they pissed on my dreams.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a link, 8 minutes, 32 seconds long, about Damon Lindelof talking about, one of the writers talking about Lost.
Yeah.
And I watched it, most of it.
What do you think?
I enjoyed it.
Good.
I need to go back to the island.
You need to go back to the island.
I'm going to go back to the island.
Don't go
You
back
need to
there,
go
man.
back.
You've only just over it.
I'm going to go back to... For those who don't know, right, I did a podcast about Lost. And also I've got another... If you go to my website, iainlee.com, and click on the podcast section, I've got 2 streams. One is for this, the Late Night Alternative, and it's another place where all of the shows are. Another is called Iain Lee Bonus, right? And it's a stream I set up when I was going to watch old episodes of the 11 o'clock show, and was and I kind of lost steam a little bit with that and all of that. But I thought I'm going to keep that feed open to do kind of smaller niche products, more of the 11 o'clock show, maybe go through and do another Lost podcast. And I think, Michael, I'm doing it. I just need to settle down and watch an episode and record a podcast.
That sounds fabulous. There is a great hour interview. I think it's like the channel called The Atlantic. I can't remember. And it's an hour kind of interview with Damon, and it's probably the best one. He goes into quite a bit of detail, and it's fascinating. It's really
We
good.
struggled to, when I was in Hawaii, or was it LA with them? No, I think it was Hawaii. And we struggled to get an interview with them. We got on the set, we spoke to the director, Jack Bender, and all of the cast, but we struggled to get an interview with Damon and Carlton, the writers. And so, was this in... No, it must have been Hawaii, because I came out of the toilet. We didn't get to interview Locke, but I came out of the toilet and Locke went in, and that was the most exciting thing, John Locke. And so we went to like a sort of evening with Carlton and Damon, right? And it was like they gave a talk, and then there was a Q&A. And the only way we could get a question with them that we could use on the show was if I asked a question in the Q&A.
Right.
And so you had to queue up. It's one of these ones where you sort of queue up and there's a microphone and you ask the question and they chuckle and they answer it. And there was me, but there for ages, and there was me and there was one person in front of me, right? And they said, okay, we've got time for one more question. And I'm thinking, shit, man, I got to get this. So I pushed this kid out of the way.
Oh, wow.
I got in front of this kid and I pushed him out of the way. And the kid was about to ask the question. And I went, guys, can I just ask? And they used it in in the show. I pushed a kid
Yowza.
out. It's TV.
That's amazing.
It's TV. That's the business. That is the business. Have you seen the stuff I did with Sawyer and stuff?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's great.
Yes,
I followed it back then. It was really cool. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. Got you in the jumpsuit and everything.
Oh, mate, I love it. Walking away hand in hand with what was her name? Julia? What was her name? Juliet. Gosh, it's so long. What fun. They were all lovely apart from Jack.
Yeah. He's the hero's journey, isn't it? He's got to be kind of like reluctant and moody.
Has he got to be a dick in real life? That's the question.
Yeah.
Has he got to be an absolute a-hole in real life?
Yeah, because he's a man of science and he doesn't want to believe.
No, that's the character he was playing. He's just a Ponzi actor. He's a Ponzi actor.
He's cute. He's okay. It's Jack. He's all right, man.
He gets a cute pass.
You get sucked into it. Sucked into it. How's his movie career going? Oh, it's not great. So that's because no one. There's a film. Is it Knocked Up? Right. And I remember watching it, and it's who's the stoner guy?
Rogen.
Not Seth Rogen. Maybe it's Seth Rogen. Anyway, there's a film, but Knocked Up, and it's this guy who, and he's talking to his girlfriend, and she works in show business, and she says, "You never asked me about my job." I said, "I got a question. Next time you meet Jack from Lost, ask him why he's such a dick. No, seriously, ask him why he's such a mass." And it's obviously a thing in Hollywood. How's the radio career going? I don't work in radio anymore. Right. I see what you're doing. You're throwing it back on me. It doesn't work like that. The radio career is over. The streaming career, huge success. Huge success. So you cannot hit me with your barbs because I am a brilliant man, and you, Razor, are a piece of trash in the dirt.
Well, this is the evolution of Iain Lee. Like throughout the years, it's been different styles and different things. So on LBC you were doing one thing, and then Virgin and Absolute we got to discover your music tastes, and then BBC Three we got to discover kind of like your kind of local radio style and morning style. Yes. and then talk radio was kind of a culmination of it all, and now it's the evolution. So it's all good, man.
This is the afterlife.
This is the afterlife. This is the Flash Sideways, right?
This is the Flash Sideways. No, I'm gonna do the Lost thing. You're coming on at some point. I'm gonna ask my friends Paul and Geeky Tom if they want to come on an episode, like a reunion episode with me, and then maybe I'll reach out to people like Damon and maybe some of the cast, see if they fancy coming on for a chat. Unlikely that they will, but you never know. You never know.
You're a big star in the Lost world, so you never know.
I'm a big star. Keep talking.
Oh God, here we go. What's this evidence we're about to be shown?
Keep talking.
I was just going to say that the interview with Damien is on The Verge. It's really good. I think it came out when he was doing the Alien film, but he talks about Lost, and it's really worth it. Have you watched Lost, Kath?
I started watching it, and then when I realised there was more than one series, I went, no, mate, no. I was really hooked with the first one. Then they started the second one. I went, oh, hang on.
But it ends on such a great cliffhanger. How could you not want to know what's down the hatch?
But then I realised what the game was, and it was kind of that era where I started to realise that these series were being written by such a massive group of people, and actually the story arc was not the main thing. It was keeping the business going. Do you know what I mean? And I just thought, no, I can't invest in this for another series. I think I watched two series, and then that was me out.
Would you like to tell the listener, viewer, what this book is?
It says Lost Encyclopedia.
This is the official book about Lost. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I reckon.
You reckon you're an entry?
I reckon I'm in it.
Was that you?
Where?
Well, that's fascinating to find out.
Let's find out if I'm in it.
Are you not in the appendix?
Oh, it's signed by all the cast. I didn't know that. That's how cool I am. Well, it's signed by some people. I don't know. Yeah, it's signed by. There we go. Signed by the cast. Thank you. So I'll have that. Right. Okay.
You could on eBay.
Okay. Let me have a look. Let me have a little look. Right. Oh God, hang on a minute. It's for encyclopedia. It's not very well indexed. Right. So I'll be alphabetical. So I'm going to look up my name. Right. Iain Lee.
Oh. Maybe you'll find out why Jack thought you were such a massive dick.
Shut up. Shut your face. All right. So I'm not there. So I'm gonna look up the shush. No. I'm gonna look up the podcast I did. The Lost. What was it called? The Lost Initiative or something. Don't please. Okay, so not in there. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No. I have to be in this book. I think this book's broken. Hang on a minute, guys. Bear with me, please.
Ooh. This is a bit.
Okay, Austin. Here we go. These are the actors. So I'm going to be. Here we go. Index. Right. Let's look up me. Not there. Okay. Hang on.
Do you know what? There are lots of people who are very important who are never in books.
Not in this book.
Right. Are you under L for Lane?
Why don't you just stop being so dismissive?
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Someone's going to get a phone call.
Oh. Is there a volume 2 of the encyclopedia? That must be.
There isn't, but that one did come out quite they put it out so quick after the last show, so it was a bit of a rush job. It's good.
Yeah, they must have missed out a lot of important people.
I think so.
Iain, your worth is not measured in lost encyclopedias. Oh. Iain, you're precious and priceless. Lost was crap anyway.
Aye. It's my life.
Do you want an encyclopedia? I think it might be going cheap in a minute.
Actually, I'll take his if it's signed. Yeah. Oh, has he got another book?
Flipping heck.
Right.
What's this now? Okay.
I'll show you how important I am.
You are important. I
am important. I'm going to show you how important I am.
Radio Times.
It's the Evening Standard from March 2000.
Have you heard the one about the 14 funny men who had their photo taken in Kentish Town? Harry Hill, Al Murray, League of Gentlemen, Jonathan Ross, Richard Blackwood, Johnny Vegas, Iain Lee.
Oh, very good.
Iain Lee. Let's get the close up on this. Iain Lee. Me. All those famous people, only one person of colour, no women, okay, and me. You see?
It's a good list.
Me. Just there. There's me.
What happened to those guys?
So yeah, I'm
what happened
important.
to the lads?
I'm important.
You are important.
I hope that makes you feel comfortable, Michael.
That makes me feel wonderful. Pierce Brosnan was covering your face, but it's all good.
What? Oh, that guy. What? Anything else, Michael, before I cut you off?
I didn't call up about Lost.
Well, what do you want then, man?
How's that book coming on? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now post-its. Weren't there more post-its before?
There was. I managed to clear some down.
He's working through his issues.
It is. Actually, it's really funny you say that because that was the topic I called up about. I try not to take up too much time.
It's too late. You've been on for 12 minutes.
I know.
Absolutely
I didn't
nothing.
call up about Lost, but it's all good to talk about it. I was in therapy today, and we ended up talking about a really interesting subject that kind of I thought was interesting. And then you talked about it earlier, and it was this idea of like finding your voice. And obviously, as a writer, or as a wannabe aspiring writer, I've always had this voice in my head saying, find your voice. And then the other day I was looking at an Instagram post, and I've got a writer friend who's moved to Nepal, and she's into this primal scream stuff, and she kind of carried on the idea of like, to find your voice, you've got to use your voice. And that kind of hit me, and I thought that's really cool. And I started thinking what happened personally, because I used to be able to be quite open. I used to be online. I wouldn't have a problem putting my images up on sites or putting a blog post about views. And it feels like in the last 10, 15 years, with things like cancel culture And then even more obscure things like deep fakes. So you don't know if you've seen the deep fake stuff of like people using people's faces and then changing it, and it's pretty advanced now. It's pretty amazing. It's caused like more of a fear culture to be able to open your mouth and use your voice or to find your voice. And it went off into a kind of a bit of a tangent. And there was another subject that my therapist started saying, well, he said, look, in his experience in therapy, he's found that when he first got into it 25 years ago, it was all about freeing up yourself and getting down to the real self. And now that therapy is very much about, or psychiatry in his profession is more about just getting people to a state where they can get by in society, even though society's broken. And it does all stem from fear culture. And I just wanted to hear what you guys had thought about the idea of taking steps, and I'm finding it hard, and even getting out and being on here now and putting posts online and trying to get back into opening your mouth, using your voice, finding your voice, and not being afraid to say stuff. And it was interesting how earlier when you were playing the LBC clip, immediately you prefaced it by saying, look, this might have been, it was 15 years ago.
Yep.
It might be this, it might be that, I don't know. And then you were trying to like put today's mindset on something that you couldn't like prepare for, and I just find that fascinating. And what's your thoughts on that, both of you?
That's a big old. I'm not sure I understand everything. I'm not sure I understand everything that you said. To be honest, in terms of putting a present day context on something that is 15 years old, I apply that because a lot of the stuff that I did 15, 20 years ago, I'm thinking of the 11 o'clock show, but also other stuff, it wouldn't withstand much scrutiny under today's standards. But I am aware of that, and I acknowledge that. And I mean, I don't think I could be cancelled for it, because I'm not convinced that cancelling people actually works anymore. I don't think it happens. I've no job to lose. The worst that could happen is Twitch to say, well, we don't want you to work with us because it's something you did 20 years ago. And I think I'd have a pretty robust argument to deal with that. But if they chose to do that, they would choose to do that. What can I say about that? I don't know. Right now, I don't give a stuff what anyone thinks.
That's fantastic.
But that's easy for me to say because I have a few quid in the bank. I have a job that doesn't pay brilliantly, but is okay, and I find it easy. And I'm in, in terms of my mental health, I'm in a great position right now. So I don't really, when I say I don't care what people think, it doesn't mean that I deliberately go out to annoy people. I'm very, I try and be continually aware of the impact that my words and actions will have on people, because I have learned in the past that my words and actions can hurt people. I don't want to do that anymore. I might have got a thrill out of doing that in the past. I don't get a thrill out of doing it anymore. I don't really know what the question is.
I think that's it. It's all about kind of like, how do you take the leap of like saying something that you can sit there and say without fear, like, this is my opinion now, and not having the fear of being cancelled down the line. I don't think anyone gets cancelled anymore. I think the cancel culture is a myth that I'm going to suggest that the people on the right think is a bigger issue than it actually is. I heard the tail end of an argument on Radio 4 between Nesreen Malik. No, what's her last name? Can't remember her name. I retweeted one of her articles. I think she's a really good writer, and I can't think who she is. I'm really sorry. The name will come to me. And Andrew Neil. And he was saying this cancel culture is disgusting, and she said, "Well, but no one's actually been cancelled. No. It doesn't really happen anymore."
No, because the new attitude to it is you either go out there and double down. Didn't happen. I didn't do it. And people are saying that when it's been documented that they said
it was
things.
Nesreen Malik. Yes, it was Nesreen Malik. Thank you. It didn't sound right as I said her name.
The way I look at things now is that I'm imperfect. I'm always going to be a work in progress, and that's not a failure. I may think something different next week, next year. I hope I do, actually, because it means that I'm still listening. So I kind of listen back to things that I may have said, and I know that back in my 20s, I was pretty sure of what was right and what was wrong, right? But I hadn't lived it. And I hadn't met people that had lived it. And that experience has now allowed me to go, do you know what? I probably don't know everything, and that's a good thing, because it still means that life has got some mystery left. And it's good that I disagree or I'm embarrassed by something I might have said 5 or 10 years ago, because it means I don't still feel the same. Yeah. And we spoke to people all the time when we were working in radio, and you knew that you were having the same conversation with them in their 60s that you would have had with them in their 40s or their 20s, and they'd maintain that line, and they thought that that was strength. And actually, I think that that's a very suspicious way to carry on.
The humility is not really there. Because
they're the finished article, you know.
But interesting, I didn't observe the 48-hour
I saw that,
Twitter silence, and I made a decision not to, partly based on the fact that some people I follow on Twitter were still tweeting, and I wasn't sure. And then I thought, okay, well, they're tweeting, so I will. Then Katherine and I had the conversation about it, and it percolated in my mind, as these things often do. And in bed, I thought, okay, no, I will follow it. I tweeted, I'm late, but 31 hours, I'll follow this, because I totally agree with the sentiment. And I did that partly because we'd had a conversation and I considered it more. If I'm honest, part of it, a significantly smaller part, was I was concerned what people would think about me if I didn't. A smaller part. The bigger part was, actually, I want to do this. The smaller part was, well, how will this look if I don't? So I guess that's
interesting, because it's always the small part or the big part. And for me, I find that the bigger part is the fear of, how is this going to look? So I would like to reduce that. And that's interesting that you said that.
I spoke to someone really wise a while back, and he said something to me that I keep in mind. And it's, you're not the only sideshow in town. So while this thing is massive in your mind and everyone's going to be talking about you and what will they think of you, and there'll be something else. There'll be something else along next. So do you know what? If your cock up, that's what it is, allow someone to feel that they arrange their thoughts and disagree with you and feel better about themselves for 10 minutes, oh, well, good.
And that's how ideas come about, and people question things, and that's the interesting thing. And I think there's a bit of a fear that you can't say things anymore, and that will get to a point where suddenly you can't have a discourse about important subjects, and you can't discover new things. But all the successful people in all their fields say, if you kind of gone back and done it differently, I would have just taken the chances. I would have just got on with it and not been so worried about how I would have looked in X, Y, and Z. And that's the thing that I want to achieve, or get into a place where I'm more comfortable owning the words that I say or things that I say. And if I'm wrong, having the humility to say, I've learned,
Oh, that's the easy part, is going. The one of the things I learned, and I kind of really honed it when I was working with Katherine at 3 Counties, is saying to someone, I'm really sorry, like I did with this question, I'm really sorry, I don't understand what you mean. I don't know what that means. And I find, and the first few times I did it, I felt dumb. But now it's the best thing. I don't know what that means. Sorry, could you explain that again, as though I'm an idiot? And you get the best answers from it. And also something that hardly any radio presenters will do is I'll change my mind on air. If someone presents me with different evidence, I'm prepared to say, I've changed my mind. I'm even prepared to say, oh, I think I'm wrong. I think I was wrong what I thought for the past few years. And one of the things I did at 3 Counties, right, was I said, I did this phone in, I have a prejudice, right? I had a prejudice, right? And a prejudice for me is something that is irrational but is ingrained. And I said, I don't get 2 gay men having kids. I don't get it. It doesn't feel right to me. I said, logically, I should get it because I'm a liberal and I'm on the left and I'm totally pro-gay and all of that stuff. But to me, 2 gay men having kids doesn't feel right. And I said, and I know that is a prejudice. So I want to try and work through that prejudice and come out the other side, because I have no arguments for it. I don't have no arguments to back up why I think it's wrong. There's just something in me that thinks it is wrong. And we talked about it on air, and I learn and I listen to people, and I no longer have that prejudice. No one else is going to do that on the radio.
But the conversation needs to happen for you to get to that point.
Yes.
To get to any different point from one point to a point B, that conversation needs to happen.
I needed to talk to people and have it explained to me, and also be brave enough to go, I don't get it and it feels wrong to me. So can someone tell me why I'm wrong?
Yeah,
and people did.
And it was a real question. It wasn't just it
wasn't a phone.
It wasn't.
Topic.
It wasn't. Yeah. Because I think that's another thing that. I listen to a lot of radio and you hear it all the time. You think, you don't really think that. I don't know who you are, actually, this person who's throwing out this question, but I know what you're trying to stoke.
James Whale does it. I don't know what the hell James Whale is doing, because I don't think he's as obnoxiously right-wing as he's making out to be. But he's going for it. Greta Thunberg, he called Greta Thunberg a kid.
A child.
Stuff like that,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
listen.
just doing shock jock stuff. But yeah, I've taken up enough of your time.
You have. Thank you very much indeed, Michael. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's really interesting.
And I felt really nervous doing that thing about the prejudice against, gay parenting. But this is the part.
But it was the truth. But I also think that the way you've always been, certainly since I've known you on the radio, means that people who listen get that you're not just stoking controversy for the sake of it, and that you actually are interested in kind of getting to the bottom of why you feel about things.
Someone has asked me, who is that next to? Is that Ian Boldsworth next to Jonathan Ross? No? Can you see who it is? Next to Jonathan Ross?
Is it Justine Lee Collins? No, hang on. Is it Johnny Vegas?
Johnny Vegas.
With hair.
Johnny Vegas, yeah. It's Johnny Vegas. Hello, Bruce, in Indonesia.
Hey, how you doing? I'm not in Indonesia.
Oh, you're Bruce from Indonesia. I'm sorry, my shorthand is, of course, you're not in Indonesia, but you spent a long time there. And what part of you is there, Bruce? Part of you is there. Part of you will always.
That's true. Hey, I wanted to talk, Kathy and Ian. I wanted to talk.
Oh, that wasn't me that cut him off, was it? It might have been. It might have been. Hang on, we're coming back. We're coming back. That might have been. I might have just clicked it.
My computer's out of use. Let me
go and plug it in if you need.
Can I?
Hello, mate. Sorry, I think I might have just cut you off. Go on. What can we do for you tonight?
Not a problem.
Bruce?
So you were talking about cancel culture, right? And I tweet. I have about 33,000 followers, but I mainly tweet about English language and British society and stuff like that. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided to tweet about the meaning of the word legend, right? Because it was being bandied about for this culinary expert, and I just talked about how the word legend was, if you overuse it, you lose the meaning of it, and it becomes, you degrade the meaning of the word legend, right?
Genius is an overused word.
Yeah, like genius, right? Everybody's an Einstein, everybody's the brains of Britain kind of thing. Anyway, but that led to this kind of reaction, right, which was because I'd spoken about this culinary expert who I know and I've interviewed because I mentioned it in reference to him. Suddenly it became this whole, it became this whole Twitter thing in Indonesia where people just attacked me for saying, like I was attacking this famous person for debating the use of the word legend. But then I looked at who was doing it, right? And one was his business partner and the other one was somebody who was she was promoting his show. It was about Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay came to Indonesia, went to West Sumatra, and was with this culinary expert kind of thing. But it was actually kind of funny because this was kind of, any country that's being colonized, right, there's going to be a hostility towards people who colonize them, even though Britain didn't colonize Indonesia, but against what they call bule, which is white people. So it all came out, right? And I lost followers. I lost about 600 followers and stuff like that. It became almost funny to me, right? How somebody could twist it for their own ends. And you just had to look at, who was doing it. But that's one thing. But then there was another thing that happened a couple of weeks ago with Wimbledon. And, they were doing that whole, the whole Wimbledon and looking at the best matches of the Open era from 1968. I followed tennis, so I like it. And they did the 10 top matches of the Open era of the women's side. And the one person they left out, which was kind of crazy to me, was Margaret Court, right? Margaret Smith Court.
You're now speaking of completely foreign language to me. I have no idea.
Okay,
about
Margaret.
tennis.
Margaret Court, Ian, is she was a great player from Australia in the 1960s. She also won the second Grand Slam in women's tennis after Maureen Connolly in the 50s.
Okay.
But she's got these radically...
All right, I don't want to... Bruce, with respect, I don't want a tennis history lesson.
What happened?
Get to it. Let's get to it.
Okay. So she's rabidly anti-gay, right? So
Yep.
she has a priest... She's a whatever. It's not a priest, but whatever.
Yeah.
The female equivalent of a priest she set up her own church, right? In
Yes.
Australia.
Yes.
She's very anti-gay and all this, right?
Yeah.
And so there's been this whole thing, particularly from Martina Navratilova, that you have to, change the name of the tennis court in Australia at the Australian Open. You got to do all these things to get rid of Margaret Court, right?
Yeah.
For me personally, I couldn't care less that, I'm gay, right? So for me, I was in Indonesia all those years, so all the changes that have happened in society since I was since I left the West and went when I was 23, a lot of that is shocking to me too, right? I mean, it's like, wow, I was kind of in a time warp over there in Indonesia.
But hang on, let's get to the point, because I'm getting lost here. So you're saying, what are you saying?
So what I'm saying is that she was a great tennis player. You can't just say that one of the finals that, this 1970 final she did, which was brilliant, it was a long match. You can't just eliminate that from the top 10 because you don't want her in the top 10, right? If you just kick her out, then it just...
Why not? Kick her out. Kick her out.
But why, Ian?
They kicked Gary Glitter out of when they're doing top 10 of 1974. They don't play I Love You, Love Me, Love. It's a great song.
Okay.
And I get it. I get why they don't play I Love You, Love Me, Love. I like it and I listen to Gary Glitter at home, but they don't play it because it upsets people. I'm not saying that homophobia is any way as bad as what Paul Gadd did, to use his real name, the horrific crimes he made. But I get it. Some people find it, and some people will find this person. I don't know the person, but I'm going by what you've said, and a few people in the chat have said. Some people will find her obnoxious. So what? She's not in the top 10 best tennis matches anymore. Who cares? Who cares?
Okay,
who cares?
In real life, what difference does it make?
Exactly. That's a good point, though.
Pull her statue down. And her statue is being in the top 10 best games of all time. But hang on a minute. How do you know that they pulled it just because of who she is? Maybe it wasn't one of the top 10 best games of all time.
I would say it is, Ian, because she won. That was.
But maybe the people who judged it, did they say, we have not put this woman in the top 10 because she's a homophobe?
Look, I would say that they put in other matches which were really, compared to that match in 1970, which was the longest match, at that time, and it went, it was a crazy.
Yeah, but were they
long
better
match.
matches? I mean, better. What's better?
But wait, here's the thing. You unless they said, listen, we're not going to put this woman in because her views are
we no
abhorrent.
longer speak of that woman.
You don't know. It's a matter of opinion. It's a matter of opinion.
That's true. And also the other thing is what, like Kathy said afterwards, at first I was like, wait a minute, this was taking too long, but this was, what's it called? It was leaving her out kind of thing. And then afterwards I was like, it didn't really matter anyway, right?
Nothing matters.
Nothing
matters. Nothing matters. Bruce, thank you very much indeed. Nothing matters.
I think sometimes when you are so engrossed in a subject, you will see injustice perhaps where none was intended.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters, guys. Absolutely nothing matters whatsoever. I tell you what does matter, though, is Somers Waste Solutions. We've talked about them all night. You know all about them. The website is up there. The phone number is up there. Let me give you from Stevenage Leisure Limited. SWS has been our preferred waste management partner for the past 6 years and continues to give us exemplary. You don't hear that word very often.
That's not thrown around.
Professional and reliable service. I would highly recommend SWS for all waste management requirements, as we feel that their attention to detail and focus on customer satisfaction is something unique and refreshing. We can give you all of the facts about Somers Waste Solutions. We've given you all about the waste, that they can make your business greener and they can more than likely save you money, and then small skips visit.
And they're happy to just have a chat with you about it.
But when you've got an actual, genuine testimony testimony like that, then that's what it's all about. SommersWasteSolutions.com. I'm not showing you a picture of Bob the Cat because I think he is getting too much attention. There's Use the Dog, though. Yes, boy, go, find, hunt. Right now, there will be, with Poseidon Safety Management, there are patrols going on in Devon and Cornwall right now. Crimes are not happening because, and that's what it's about. It's not necessarily about, catching crooks in the middle of it, although they do that. It's about the prevention of the things happening in the first place. And Poseidon Safety Management do that because they've got patrols going around in communities, around pubs, around businesses, around shopping centres. Some of them have got dogs, but everybody that is doing a patrol is a local person that knows the beat. And as well as that, they're trying to make a difference in their community. We've talked about the packages. They've got the Blues and Twos, the packages for the police, the fire brigade and the ambulance. We mentioned the other day that when lockdown started, they gave free security to a school that had been broken into, and they didn't have to do that. They could have phoned up and gone, well, we're a security company and we can give you a great rate. They went and did it.
The point is, they're proud of the fact that they invest in their communities. They don't just turn up and then go home. They're not like faceless blokes in dark uniforms. They make an attempt to leave a place better than it was when they arrived there.
Poseidon Safe on Twitter, Poseidon Safety on Facebook. And now, of course, big up the
Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors, divorce. Yes. One of the toughest times.
I wasn't cheering divorce then.
Although you might by the end of it.
Divorce. Nah.
Remember
when mine came through and I sobbed. Then you get the letter saying, well, that's it, it's over.
I remember that.
Awful.
They don't make it any more difficult for you than it needs to be. They try and guide you through it, and they keep an eye on your psychological well-being as much as what's going on.
Yeah. Then they're not psychologists. They're not, but they look at the psychology of the whole thing of getting divorced, and it's more than just going in for a battle. They will offer you solace, and they will offer you the smoothest route and the best route through it for you, your ex, and for most importantly for the kids. GELaw.co.uk. Rhinestone Soren says divorce is a celebration. No happy marriage ends in a divorce. Well, those two sentences are unrelated. No happy marriage ends in divorce. Okay, that's possibly true. But divorce is not a celebration. I cried when my divorce came through. So no, you're wrong. It may have been a celebration for you, but I think to use that blanket term on all divorces, I think is really dumb. It's a really dumb thing to say. No, of course not. Of course not. Hi, Ian. We've had a tip-off that Graham is back at his residence. I'm on the case, says Jerry from Stoke. Oh, my God.
Who's going to be another
Oh, my God. Don't.
Gregorian Emerson, if you fancy just giving a ring to talk things through, that's absolutely fine. They will not stir stuff up.
Rhinestone says, why did you cry, Ian? Well, because I'm a human being and I've got feelings. And to me, I was sad because I missed, guess what? At the beginning of my marriage, I was happy. And I regretted the pain that had been caused. I cried for loads of reasons. I mean, what a dumb question. Why did you cry? What a dumb question.
People grieve.
Yeah, because it's not all binary, guys. It's not all binary.
Hello there, who's that?
Magnificent view.
Oh, it's James Bond. What a crybaby, says Fartgoon.
Fartgoon, not your real name, I would suggest. Why not?
I tell you what, you're going to have a little cry because you're banned. You're banned.
Oh, crybaby. Unless you're 14, you're daft.
It's horrible. There's no, I get some people probably do celebrate. Of course they do. Great, good for them, wonderful. Nah, not for me. It was sad. Something that I thought would work and would be the rest of my life didn't work. And that's a sad state of affairs. Alistair.
Good evening, how's it going? Is it all right?
It's going all right, Alistair. What
grown man calls another grown man a crybaby?
Fartgoon does.
That kind of mature grown man.
Fartgoon.
I remember crybaby being used within my family quite a lot back in the day.
Crybaby bunting, daddy's gone a hunting.
To get her something rabbit skin to wrap the baby bunting in.
I remembered something. I think I may have told you this before. I'm not going to say it now.
It's not Crybaby Bunting, it's Bye Baby Bunting.
I remember something horrific.
Oh, God.
That we used to say as kids. Really, really racist. Really, really racist at the age... I remember saying it in primary school, the age of 7.
What?
Really, really racist. It was a chant. I'm going to share... I'll share it, but I won't say it. Well, but if I don't say it, then how do I... I'm worried if it doesn't have any... oh, gosh. It doesn't have, like, the M word or the P word in, okay? But I'm worried if I say it, that some people might be what we call now triggered by it. What that basically means is they might be upset by it. So I don't want to upset anybody. And it just hit me, I think, last night when I was in bed. I go, oh, my God, we used to say that as 7, 8, 9-year-olds. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, right? And it's offensive. So I apologise in advance, right? Someone did something naughty. I'm telling, you're smelling, you're going to a black man's wedding.
Oh.
Isn't it? And we would chant it. And it just hit me in bed. And we used to say it a lot. If someone was an idiot or was a dick or said something naughty, we would say that at 7 years old. At 7 years old. As though the worst thing that you could possibly do is go to the wedding of a person of colour. I mean, it's like, well, you're going to go to a wedding of a person of colour? I guess it was an insult. I guess that was the insult. Oh my God, you're going to do that? Ooh, what are you like? You're a scumbag.
Yeah.
And we used to say that as kids, and I'd totally forgotten about it. I don't remember saying it beyond primary school, so I can't remember saying it after 10, the age of 10. It's possible I did. But it just hit me in bed. I'm telling you. That was the tune to it. And, oh, look, Kitty said we said Batman's. So it was a thing. Kitty, can I ask roughly where you were from? I was in the southeast, just outside London, in a place called Slough. What does that even mean? I don't know, Nina. It was an insult. Someone else is saying Batman. So I can't believe... it was just in our school. Sorry, Alistair, we'll come to you in a minute. Can't believe it was just in our school that we made it a racial comment. I can't believe it was just in our school. I'm prepared to, there were other schools. Interesting that some of you are saying Batmans. Loads of you are saying Batmans. So somewhere there was a shift and it either shifted from black to bat or the other way around. It could have gone either way.
Right.
Could have gone either way. Everyone's saying Batman. Look, isn't that interesting? Red Fat Elvis. You're saying you said it in Liverpool. Did you say Batman in Liverpool? Just seeing Redman's comes back. 46. I've never heard this at all.
No, I haven't either.
You protest too much.
I haven't heard it.
Batman's wedding would be awful. Yes, you're correct. It would be. It me and son, we have Black Man too. I'm going to stop saying that because I don't want to, but isn't that interesting? Where were you, son? Whereabouts were you? Granny's wedding, says Rhinestone in Scotland. And it just hit me. I'd forgotten all about this. And maybe I remembered it over the weekend. Maybe you just misheard it. Don't be a dick. We were all saying it. And I can't remember why it popped into my head. But East London, 20 odd years ago. Well, this is 40 years ago we're talking about. And not that in any way. But also I was a 7-year-old kid. So I'm not in any way feeling guilty about it. There's a slight bit of guilt, but I was a 7-year-old kid.
No, you just sort of wonder where that came from.
I really wonder where that came from. And an adult must have heard that. An adult must have heard that. And at no point can I remember an adult saying, whoa, what is this? No. No, I don't remember getting told off for it at all. Isn't it weird? And why am I sharing this? I'm sharing it partly what we were talking about earlier on, this whole thing of working towards no shame, that we're allowed to kick around ideas. We're allowed to talk about stuff that happened before that we are not. Look at the pen that Katherine bought me.
What's it say?
Oh, it nearly focused. Cover your face. Because it's focusing on faces. Hang on. It says huge bellend. Oh, there it was.
I couldn't find one with Iain on it.
But I just put that out there, and it's interesting that a lot of you are saying Batman, and that a few of you are going, yeah, we used to say that. What a world. And I think when I was thinking about it in bed before I fell asleep was, no wonder there is still racism within people of my age. No wonder that there is still racism when language like that was so freely thrown around the playground by 7-year-olds. By 7-year-olds. I would be horrified if my kids... In fact, when my youngest... We grew up... My kids grew up in a very white area, all right? And my youngest, when he was 5 or 6, said some stuff about a person of colour that was inappropriate. Nothing hugely bad. It was just he was seeing this person differently and less than, and it was partly because they were a person of colour.
Right.
And I remember he said it. I was like, "Whoa, Jesus Christ! Okay, this is just breathe. Think about this, because this is a pivotal moment." And I had a really nice chat with him about it, and I made a point of the next day we watched a film where one of the main characters was a kid, a black kid, and so I could very gently kind of go, what do you think about him? Because remember that conversation we had yesterday. I mean, he's black. What do you think about him? Oh, he's good. I said, see what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. It just looks different. That's it. And I talked about it with my wife, ex-wife, I think she was at the time. Oh, or maybe we were married. And we sent an email to the teacher and said, look, we've just had this. We're not massively worried about it, but just thought that you should know that we've had this, and maybe it's something you could incorporate into a lesson at some point. Because it was a very white school.
Well, and also, if he's saying stuff like that, it might not have started and ended with him.
Yeah, exactly. And it was great. And it was a real, what's going on here? And we handled it.
Wow. That well. Oh.
Where's that echo coming from? What? Do you hear that echo?
Yeah. Oh.
Where is that coming from? Okay, all right, whatever. There's
We'll
an echo
find
somewhere.
out at some other time. Alistair.
Sorry, I went off on a right old tangent there, Alistair. I do apologise, my friend. He's gone.
Right.
Alistair's got bored and gone.
He's fallen asleep.
I don't blame him. And people are going, where's the fun?
No,
we'll have a laugh tomorrow.
I was just thinking I used to hate weddings whenever I got invited to them.
Whether it was Batman's or not.
Yeah, because I was so sad. Because I was so hopeless at meeting ladies that I thought, well, this is never going to happen to me. But, I'm not going to be sad tonight. What a very serious show you've had tonight. You've talked about some very serious topics.
Yeah, it has been a bit.
So I thought I might sort of just bring it down a bit.
Yeah, do it. Go.
Well, I wondered, I mentioned it in the chat, but it's something that I think that you thought you might do on the radio, so you may reject this because you thought, well, this is old.
Come on,
old
let's get to it. We're coming to the end of the show. Let's get to it. Let's do it.
Here's the thing, the book, and doing the readings of those.
Oh.
The what?
The Here's the Thing book.
No.
I think that bird's flown.
I think that's done. I think that world is that has gone. And I've got about 6 or 7 copies upstairs that we might give away or something, just to give away. But no, I think that is done. And I think I'd be keen to get Catherine's opinion, although it'll be the same as mine because my opinions are the best. I think that while we're happy to bring listeners over from that, and there's always going to be a shorthand that we that we will have, that we will carry with us. This is new. This is a different show. This is new.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I just the thing that prompted it. keep thinking about my favourite clip that was on YouTube from one of your previous shows of when the chap asked you why Paul Ross had been replaced on the Breakfast Show by Julia Hartley-Brewer.
What's this called?
Yeah.
And it was absolutely superb. And you were on right top form. And then when Catherine completely sort of fell into complete laughter and rolling around the studio wall, that was even better. So,
well, listen, I've got to go because someone's telling me that Jerry's having something's happened, something quite serious has happened with Jerry. Let's have a little quick look. Jeez. Yeah. Someone says, "Holy shit! A care has just been firebombed. Major fire."
What?
By the way, if this is a joke, that's a bannable offence. It's a bannable offence. How do you know it's no joke, as friends Rust? How do you know it's no joke? Jerry, what's happened?
Okay.
I can't hear you.
I'm fine.
Jerry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on?
Hello?
Jerry!
There's a camera.
Don't worry about the camera. We're aware of a camera. What's going on?
Petrol station across the road. There's an explosion.
There's been an explosion?
I'll ring you back so we can get a camera with.
All right. Are you safe?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I know it came from Jerry's. I was just saying if he was joking, that would be a bannable offence. Can you... I've turned on my video. Can we see yours? He's gone. Wowzers. Golly gosh. This is something, isn't it? Our reporter.
Petrol station across the road, apparently.
Okay. I'm just reluctant to believe the stuff in chat. I want to hear exactly what was going on. I don't want any guessing work.
Mm-hmm.
The cat really didn't like the Dreamies. Okay, come on. Come on now. Come on now. This is serious. We'll wait. Yes, what do you want, Lee?
Oh, hello. Do you think it's possible that everyone else was saying Batman, but
No.
you...
No.
You sure?
As I said 5 minutes ago to someone in the chat, yes.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much indeed. We wait and see what's going on. I don't think Jerry is trolling us. If he is, he's getting us a month-long ban because that's an outrageous troll. But I don't think he is. We wait and see. I also called you a dick when you said it. When you said what, Angelos? Because you've been a bit of a dick all night, if I'm completely honest. You've been getting on my nerves all night. So I called you a dick when you said what? Which bit was that? The bit when you were telling people how to avoid us earning money? That bit? That bit? You've been getting on my nerves all night. So which bit? Hey, man.
Jerry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you've made 2 comments, Angelos, and both of them have been really annoying. Jerry, what's going on, man?
Oh, here you come.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, emergency services.
Okay, but so what happened? You're saying you said in the chat a carer's car was firebombed.
No. No. There's something, a vehicle across the road. It just seems an explosion.
Okay, a petrol station.
Okay. So what was it, a vehicle or a petrol station?
I don't know. It's not major fire.
And how do you know it was firebombed?
Because it's something... It's a big explosion.
Yeah, okay, so there's an explosion. All I'm saying is, you can't say firebombed.
I panicked.
Yeah, I know you panicked, but you can't say firebombed in a chat. First of all, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm safe.
Just safe. Up. Have you calmed down a little bit?
Yeah, just a bit shaky, but it's normal.
I know. It's a scary thing to see. I'm not telling you off. I'm just saying you just got to be very careful with words like firebombed. And when you say a carer's car has been firebombed, that gets people.
I have to tag on the time, so.
Yeah, I know, but it just gets all the people in the chat that can be quite annoying at the best of time. No, but it did actually happen, and all these people saying, no, it did actually happen. Well, we now know that didn't actually happen. So just be everyone in the chat, just chill. Jerry,
just like Graham's okay.
Yeah. Graham will be fine. Cats ain't stupid. Cats stay away from trouble. I'm not convinced that Graham actually exists, but cats are brilliant at staying away from trouble. You'll be fine. Jerry, take care of yourself. Stay safe.
Take care, Jerry.
Stay safe. Thank you very much indeed.
I get it. People worry about Jerry.
Yeah, I know. Which is why Jerry can't really use language like firebombed unless you know. You can't really use language like that because, what a surprise, it's nowhere near as bad as that statement said, which is great, of course. But then everyone saying... but then everyone's going, no, it did actually happen. It did actually happen.
Yeah.
Well,
someone's saying there's been an incident in West London. He's nowhere near. So
it didn't actually happen. So just, everybody just chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out. Go on, you take this.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Kath.
Hey.
Hello again. Sorry about that. I had you muted because I was trying to call on Skype. Right. I wanted to talk about, if possible, you were talking about things you used to say when you were younger, how you've changed. My dad was basically the most racist person I've ever met in my life, but he was also incredibly nice to a lot of people. He was best friends with our neighbour, who was, I think, from India, and you try and, as a kid, you try and point it out to him, and he'd be like, "Oh no, he's all right. I know him. He's all right. He's one of the good ones." And I never really got a chance to reconcile that with him. The man I knew. With this horrific racist at the same time.
My dad was, if you can have degrees of it, quite racist. And I think part of my saying racist things as a very young child, I didn't say a lot. I said stuff that was inappropriate, and part of it was to impress him, I think. And so I was very confused when I got to like 24 and found out he'd had a mixed race baby, and what? How does that work? But yeah, dads are confusing, huh?
Oh, yeah, it really was. He really was a confusing man. In fact, when I first went to university, I wasn't like a horrific racist myself, but I certainly had learnt some really inappropriate things from him.
Yeah.
And,
my language is even in 15, 16, 17 was horrendous. It wasn't racist, but I said stuff that was racist. So I guess that makes me a racist because I was saying stuff.
It got me thinking. I wonder if there's a way to break that cycle because I could have easily ended up like, thinking the same things.
It's integration. It's education. It's thinking. It's being. Able to put your hands up and admit you've made mistakes in the past. It's being able to take responsibility for your behaviour, I think.
I think there also comes a point where you have to realise that you're not the one bringing your parents up. Do you know what I mean? Because, there are certain things They're not going to want to learn from you, and that's not your fault. But also, that's not your problem either.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'm raising my kids right. One of my son's friends at school is a Chinese lad. Well, second generation Chinese, so he's not Chinese, he's English. But he was getting bullied at school when all this, obviously everyone knows what I'm talking about. Kids at school were avoiding him, so don't breathe on me. And he comes home, everyone's been horrible, I don't understand why. And I'm basically raising him as liberal as it's possible to raise someone, hopefully it'll be all right. Just a quick one. I don't want to be too boring.
But hang on a minute.
Oh, all right.
Because I think we try and go the opposite way of our parents.
Yeah.
So my parents were Tories, and Dad was a bit racist, and so I became a liberal. It's like you know what George Harrison's son decided. I think about 13 or 14. He told his dad he wanted to go to a military academy.
Right.
That was the school he wanted to. Do you know what? You see what I mean? His dad, one of the biggest kind of peace-loving, hippies in the world. I'm sure Danny is still, but he said his dad said, "Where do you want to go to?" I want to go to school, a military academy.
Right.
And doesn't that say something?
Because he wants to.
So my kids are going to be massive racists.
Yes.
Possibly. But the other thing is, you get one part right because you recognise the mistakes that your parents made in one area, but we'll be making a mistake ourselves somewhere that we'll only recognise. Well, maybe if we're lucky, we'll see what we've done in future. Maybe we'll never notice. But no one's perfect.
Oh, I know that better than anyone.
But I think we can...
I love the message, the vibe I get from you two. Earlier on, just accept you're not perfect, accept you're a work in progress. Just really quickly, I don't want to bring everyone down. So how do you feel like it's going on Twitch? Because I watch a lot of Twitch. I basically haven't watched telly for years. You got there's a lot of different things on it. I feel like you're bringing something quite refreshing and new, and I just wonder how you feel it's going.
How do you feel it's going, Kath? Because you know how I feel, and I won't say again, but
it's really weird because I sort of watch it back when I get home because I make the podcast afterwards, and I kind of want to just see what bits worked and what bits didn't. I get really sucked into it and forget that it's us on it sometimes. I feel like there is promise there. We're not completely wasting our time.
Well, you've got a lot of competition. There's people out there who just do the most random things, and people will sit there and watch.
Yeah.
For hours on end. So yeah, I mean, I hope you can draw a crowd. I wish you all the best, and thanks for the words of wisdom.
Thank you, Lee.
Thanks, Lee.
Let it be. Let it be. Someone's asked, why isn't show 6 up online? Because we have to wait 48 hours before we're allowed to put the videos up online. But if I just click that button there, don't tell Jeff Bezos, and that button there, show 6 is now available to watch on YouTube, and also the interview as a separate piece with Keith and the girl is available to watch on YouTube as well. Let me just check the comments, see if any of the white supremacists. Nope, nothing from those guys. So show 6 is up, the full show. Or if you just want to watch the Keith and the girl bit, that is up. Late Night Alternative versus Keith and the girl is up. Show 7 with Stephen Page will go up at the same time tomorrow. And then this one, show 8. Matty, are you all right to cut that bit out? I don't mind doing it. If you can't, I tend to stay up for a little bit afterwards. You want to see the red bag behind us?
You can see the red bag.
This is the red bag, the TLNA bag. And you can get this at tlna.co.uk. And to keep this bag upright, what have I got in here? I've got one book about the monkeys. It's a hardcover book about the monkeys to keep it upright. You don't get these when you order it. And I got... there's another book.
You can put your own books in there. That's the joy of these bags.
Yeah. So there. There we go. We've done all the...
Is that a spider or a fly or what?
It's a mozzie.
Well, be careful because we've seen...
It's dead.
Okay, well, too late to be careful.
It's too late, baby, now it's too late. Sorry you're not happy with the new venture in. Oh, I'm not saying I'm not happy. I didn't say what my opinion was, and there's no reason for me to say my opinion this evening, so we'll...
Here's the thing, neither of us will ever be satisfied, and that's the point. Deal with it.
10:30 tomorrow. Harsh, we're talking to Harsh.
Cool.
If you're around. Getting this whiteboard. I've got a whiteboard here, right? This is the best thing. This is the best thing I've ever done. Is putting a whiteboard. There's nothing on there, isn't there? Putting a whiteboard. And if I got ideas, I'll just jot it down. I've got a meeting with Harsh at 10:30, and on Monday I've got to do a little piece for the Metro talking about computers and stuff and my cameras and all of that geeky stuff.
Beautiful.
Get a nice little plug in the Metro for this. But getting a whiteboard, it's the best thing, man.
Projects.
Best. God damn thing. The mods are trigger happy. Whoa.
All right, let's see.
Divvy Pip says the mods are a bit trigger happy. And Iain is a bit sensitive at times. I'll keep listening, but I won't bother with the chat from now, said Divvy Pip as they slammed the door. Okay, the mods are not trigger happy the last 2 days. Certainly not in terms of banning, because Katherine and I have spoken to them and just asked to go to DEFCON 3. So in terms of banning people, no. In terms of maybe deleting comments, they err on the side of caution. They do a brilliant job. The reason that they're trigger happy is because for the first week we had a load of white supremacists,
like proper
actual racists coming in, and we had 4,000 people, and they had to really act as fast as they could. And also, I would rather err on them err on the side of caution than something sneak through that several people are mortified by. And Iain is a bit sensitive at times. I don't know what that means. I'll keep listening, but I won't bother with the chat from now on. Why feel the need to... What dumb thing to say?
It feels like
maybe
someone...
It's me being sensitive.
Maybe they've been a bit sensitive. It sounds like they're the ones that are...
I think you're being sensitive, Divvy Pip. What you're saying is it's not going the way you want it to go. Is that what you're saying? I don't know what that means. And you won't... Instead of posting it like a dick on there, phone up. Dear God. And also, do you not think... How stupid are you? Stevie Pip, how stupid are you? Do you not think that sometimes the oversensitivity, the hypersensitivity that I'm displaying right now is not part of the act? Are you so thick that you don't realise that this is part of the act? You thicko! It's part of the act. It seems to be when it gets loud. Loud!
Yeah, that's when we get the echo.
Where is that coming from? Hello? Because the echo's here, it's off. Hello?
Oh, that was a strange effect.
Hello?
Yeah.
How is that doing that?
Something must be leaking.
There's a gate somewhere. Someone's left a gate open.
Yeah, portal.
You can hear it, right? Test this shit out in your own time, mate, says Eddie Dangerous. No. No. I tell you what, Eddie, you let us know when your show's on, right? And we'll watch your show. During our show, we'll do what we want. We'll do what we want. Shows a disregard for your audience.
Really?
It doesn't.
That sounds familiar, that kind of talk, doesn't it?
It's not. Is that Gorn? No, because that's a sub. Gaunty wouldn't sub. Eddie, no.
Eddie, I don't want to embarrass you or anything.
No, Spider, don't delete that. Don't delete that.
But
don't delete that.
We've been doing this for quite a long time, and the whole point is that there is no curtain.
Yeah. You just look unprofessional. We are unprofessional. Jesus Christ! Finally, Eddie Dangerous is getting it.
If you want professional.
Yes, we are unprofessional. The other day, I was under the table trying to stop a buzz.
Yeah.
We are unprofessional. This is what the show is. The show is us. It's two idiots. Well, get professional, dude. Maybe you won't have to jack in your career. I don't have to jack in my career. I'm choosing to change career whilst continuing this career to fund the change in the career. No, I will not get professional. Why don't you get less of an arsehole?
Are you all right, Eddie? Because you're like watching something that's obviously upsetting you.
Why does it upset you so much, Eddie?
Or are you already upset about something else?
Why didn't Daddy love you? 1,000 viewers. Maybe take it a bit more serious, mate, and power up.
Oh, jealous.
Let's go to Eddie Dangerous's channel. Where's Eddie Dangerous? Hang on. Oh, come here. Account created 27th of March 2020. What's your channel, Eds? Let's go and have a little look. Eddie Dangerous is offline. Okay.
If only.
Okay. You haven't done anything, mate. You haven't done anything. You haven't done. Eddie, listen. This is what listen. We're very happy with it. This is what the station is. The station. This is what the raid Eddie. I'm so tempted to raid Eddie and see what Eddie's doing. So tempted to raid Eddie. Eddie, listen, mate. Thank you for the. Hang on a second. Stay there.
Oh yeah, we've got something to show you.
These are quite heavy.
The other one's in the loo, isn't it?
Yeah, there's yeah. You hold those for a second. Okay. Stay there, Eds. Stay there, Eds. Got something else to show you, mate.
Tell us again. Give us some more career advice, Eddie. I would love to hear it. That's from this year. That's
Eddie.
That's
Eddie.
2017.
Just have it so they can see it. Just hold it up. Eddie, I'm sorry, mate. I couldn't read what you said. What did you say? I got this account to watch your show, Iain. Long time listener.
I don't think you've been listening.
Just think you should do your testing when not live. Tell me again, Eddie, about professionalism.
You've been listening for a long time.
Yeah. Things from the past, Iain. Well done. Yeah. Awards for being unprofessional.
Yeah.
So, Eddie.
The secret is, right, that's why we call it the alternative, because it's not like the others. So if you think we're doing it wrong because we're not doing it like everyone else, you're missing the point.
And by the way, things from the past, March of this year, mate. Thank you. Things from the past, Eddie. Things from the past.
Also,
precious jewels.
Who watches something they're not enjoying and assumes that they're speaking for everybody? You don't have to.
Eddie, Ed. Ed's a big bellend.
Also,
right.
Eddie Dangerous, why are you so fearful? Why are you so fearful of something you don't understand?
Eddie, mate, thank you, but you're wrong. Appreciate your input, but you're wrong.
Well,
when you have professional guidance, you can keep hiding behind this, but there's very little actual content these days compared to the award days. The award days were March! And we had... You've never heard the radio show. There was no content in the radio show. There hasn't been content in my show for... BBC Three Counties, that doesn't count, but...
we lightened that up a lot, didn't we?
4 years I was at Talk, the 4 years I was at Absolute, and the last 2 years at LB, there was no content!
It was the point, we kind of ride the wave. But it was a blank canvas. Exactly.
Eddie, thank you for your input, but you're wrong. Let's take one more call before we do a raid. Hello?
Pretty.
Of course it is.
Let's have a song.
Sorry?
I'm a pretty man, you're a pretty lady. I'm a pretty man, you're a pretty lady. I'm John Oakes, you're a pretty man. You're a pretty man, you're a pretty lady.
Ah. That was great. Thanks, Brett.
What's his catchphrase?
Nice one, buddy.
I let Eddie go. I banned Eddie because he was just...
He's upsetting himself.
Eddie's getting upset.
Wait for the email, and it'll be a long one.
It'll be a long email, and it'll get deleted without being read. Right, let us do a raid. Thank you, everybody's got somebody.
I'm glad everyone else stuck around for the unprofessionalism. I'm glad you appreciate it, because we've been working very hard on it.
My whole career has been unprofessional, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. But that's it. Why are we even justifying? Why am I justifying a 25-year career to an idiot? Right. Let us find a raid.
Also, he did have a little snipe as well, and then started backtracking.
Oh, I don't care about these.
I love it.
These people. Let's go to just chat him. So we've wake and bake. Oh, I don't want to watch a 420 session. I don't know why 420 is marijuana. But I don't want a 4:20 session. Yeah, the windows are open. Must remember to shut the windows.
What we got?
If you see anybody you like...
What's digits doing?
Where? But you have to...
Left and up.
Oh, no, it's circus skills. No, not circus skills. I hate circus. No. No.
No, but he's going to have his eye out with that.
Hang on, tell you what, let's do this over here so that you guys can have a little look at what we got here. No. We're not doing circus skills. We're not doing. By the way, don't go and spoil the raid, okay? 'Cause if you do, that is not good.
Oh, hang on. What's this? Mission Quest jailbreak.
And you realize you don't even have the foggiest idea where to look or how to get back into the castle now.
I can't even find a door?
Nope.
Okay.
Everyday superhero training.
I would like to run up to the nearest house.
Everyday superhero training is a nerd-based, holistic personal training group fitness, overall wellness program taught through the modalities of RPGs, video games, comic books, science fiction, fantasy, and general pop culture nerdiness.
You are extremely dirty and not wearing much in the way of clothes anymore.
That's totally fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by that.
I'm going to grab her.
I'm not convinced by that.
I don't get it.
No, I'm not convinced by that. Let's go down.
Confused screaming.
Thanks for checking my channel. Just chatting with my friends. Nah.
No.
Nah. That's a rerun. Closed but still vibing. Okay. Bible studies? No, I don't think so. I like this. This takes a while. No, we're not going to do Black Mario again. We'll do Black Mario at some point in the future, but I don't want to do it 2 nights in a row because it loses its specialness.
We want to get the right person.
And also, you want to find... Yeah, this is a great way to find new people that we may like. Doesn't always work.
There are a lot of kids on. This is why we're trying to...
Yeah, I don't want to go into kids. Doesn't always work. Sometimes are better than others. Thank you, Wolf99AD, for the sub. Appreciate that. It's very kind. Let's see. It's a strange element. Just chatting by playing World of Warcraft. Who's this young lady? Get ready with me. What's she getting ready for?
That'll be makeup.
So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to play a game or just stay and just chatting.
We're going to go and chat. We found you. Guys, don't forget to check out the YouTube, the podcast, all of our bits and pieces.
Right. When we go in here, please.
Be nice.
Don't be a dick.
Be nice. This is going to be a lovely, lovely surprise for her. We're back every night at 9 o'clock. Don't wait for the...
notification, because it may not come.
How does the raid work, Jack? Watch. We will see you later. Let's go and be nice with our Katie. Ta-ta.